Hello cave dwellers, welcome to the cave for an evening of, well, some terrible acting, I'm going to be honest with you. Hopefully some good games along the way, and an adventure the likes of which you've never seen before. This is RMC Live.
This episode is supported by MonsterJoysticks.com. Level up your Raspberry Pi with our all-in-one arcade kit using genuine Sanwa arcade parts. And OneClickPrint.com for your photos on canvas, acrylic, gifts and more. Local craftsmen and global delivery.
Neil, I can't do this, Neil.
Let me give you a hand, Gary. You really are sad Christmas is over, aren't you?
I can't help it, Neil. I just love Christmas.
I know.
Here you go, pop all this back in the box until next year.
Whoa, guys, there's a VHS tape here. Whose is this?
Andrew, is that one of your specialist tapes?
No, mine are all meticulously kept and well looked after.
Yeah, should we pop it in and see what's on it?
Yes.
Let's have a look.
Hello, cave dwellers. I've been expecting you.
Afternoon, guys. Chatmod Craig here. Guys, whereabouts are you?
Helps if I unmute the microphone. We'll do that again. We're off to a great start. Did you notice at the start there how I was talking to the complete wrong camera? I should have been talking to you on this camera. But there we go. We've got Gary here. Hey! We've got Andrew here. Hello! We should have a bit of music playing as well. Should we have a bit of background music to make this proper professional?
Why are things backward? Wow.
There we go. We've got DJ Slope in the chat room, who would be doing a great job if he could take over our music. But here we go. We've got the mixing desk down here. Any DJ tips for us, DJ Slope? Why is the image reversed? We'll come to that soon. We'll come to that. So we've got us guys here. We've got Chatmod Craig, who is looking after you guys in the chat room. We've also got the one and only Derek Findas. I've seen him there in the chat. Say hello, Derek. And you're going to be seeing a lot more of Derek today as he takes us on an adventure.
Findas!
The likes of which you've never seen before. We've also got a giveaway. The guys at The Future Was 8-Bit have been extremely kind to give us this. Well, this is mine. This is a Div MMC Future. And they're going to send you a brand new one, not this used one. Let's give you a close-up. And this is open to anyone. Here we go. The Div MMC Future from The Future Was 8-Bit. It's even picking up a bit of green screen in there in the middle. This is a device that you plug into your ZX Spectrum. You put an SD card in and you just put all your games on there, and it also gives you a joystick port. So it's pretty much everything you need to get the most out of your ZX Spectrum. So this is going to go to one of you guys. In fact, I see The Future Was 8-Bit in the chat there, so maybe they'd like to post a link to the device. All you've got to do is leave a comment. Not a chat, not a message in chat, but if you just hide the chat for a moment and leave a comment on the video, one of those comments will be picked at random at the end of the show today, and you will get a Div MMC Future. And we're going to be using the Div to play games today. So, I think that's everything covered. I think we can get started. It's all about the ZX Spectrum. Did you guys have ZX Spectrums?
I did growing up, yeah.
I didn't. I had friends with Spectrums though.
You had friends with... the same. I had an Amstrad CPC. I used to go to Darren's, I used to go to Jamie's, and I used to go to Mike's to get my ZX Spectrum fix.
Simons and Matthews.
Simons and Matthews.
Yeah.
And you've got a big ZX Spectrum collection, haven't you, Gary?
Pretty big collection, yeah.
Yeah.
Not as big as my Atari ST collection, but a nice collection.
Big old collection. And you would have seen Gary's collection if you saw the retro road trip to Gary's house where we saw his collection. So I think we need to find out exactly what Derek Findas has done to us and how the hell we're going to get out of this place, whatever this is. Derek, explain yourself.
I'm Derek Findas, and by playing the tape, you've found yourself trapped in my world. Now,
Are you a wizard?
no, I'm not a wizard. Shut up, Gary. As I was saying, now you're trapped here forever, but it's not all bad. I'm here. And for if some reason you did want to leave, there's only one way out, by accepting a set of challenges. Now these challenges are playing games and reviewing them to my standards, which are high. If you win, you go home. If you fail, you stay with me forever. A win-win, really.
Well, guys, I think we need to take stock of the situation. How are we going to meet these challenges? Have we got anything that can help us?
I've got my wallet and phone and car keys, and that's about it.
My pockets are empty. Gary?
No,
Nothing.
Gary?
Oh,
Where did you get that from?
Oh yeah.
What have you
with
got?
me all the time. Well,
Well, it looks like we've got everything we need. You've got a Spectrum. I've got my mince pie. Let's take the challenge.
Let's go for it.
Well, we're going to start off with something simple because just looking at you, it doesn't matter. First challenge, Chucky Egg.
Hang on, Derek. Are you sure we can't take this challenge on a Commodore 64?
No, Commodore 64. You'll play on a Spectrum and be happy. Commodore 64. Remember, you're small, I could squish you. No, I wouldn't. I would. But I wouldn't.
Okay, Chucky Egg then is our first challenge on our long journey to try and escape. I've noticed some of you guys talking about the inability to leave comments. So what we'll do about that is, how should we handle that? Should we just pick one at random from the chat instead of the comments, as the comments aren't working?
I think someone should, through the stream, come up with the best method for us to escape the evil Derek Findas.
No, let's make it fair. What we'll do is, right, if you want a chance to win the Div MMC, make sure you stick around to the end, and then we'll just say, right, competition time. You can spam the live chat, and we'll just pick one at random.
Should Derek pick them?
We'll get Derek to pick one.
That's the best.
Okay,
Right.
That's it. Riot Retro Gaming, hello guys, thank you very much for the donation. Riot Retro Gaming, a channel you should check out, and also very kindly contacted me today to make a donation of some hot tweezers.
Ooh.
Not for my eyebrows, but to help with soldering, and that's something I've been promising to get myself for a long time, so thank you guys, you'll see that on the channel
Oh, we've got
soon.
one question about the competition, Neil. Are international people able to
Yes,
enter?
I will post internationally. Well, the future was 8-bit, we'll do it, but if they need some extra postage, then I'll cover that for you. So anyone can enter the competition. Right, let's get some games going while we chat. Chucky Egg, who's up for a game of Chucky Egg?
Andrew, would you like to go first?
I'll go first. I played this on the BBC Micro many years ago. So, let's to start. We're going to do one player or all have a go?
Go one player. I'll chat to the guys here while we watch you play.
I've got to look at the right screen. Oh, my joystick's not working.
Probably got keys. Yeah,
You on keys? Right, grab the
No.
keyboard. Those
I'll play
lovely
keys.
spongy Spectrum keys.
Oh,
Oh no!
Oh, no!
We've knocked the power out. Let me go and grab the power. I blame Derek. Derek tugging the power out.
Massive wires.
Here you go. Is it that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's not the power, it's the wobbly RAM pack.
Really recreating that Spectrum experience, aren't
And
we?
that's us hoovering behind us.
Now let's see if we can play it on the joystick this
Do
time.
that again.
Do you want to change the scene?
So that's the boot screen for the Div MMC. Sorry?
Do you want to change the scene?
No, the scene's fine. That was awesome. That was a great start, wasn't it?
I won't be blamed, Derek.
Let's go to the stream. Let's get Chucky head going. Right, let's have another go at that. So
Okay, I'll let you sort this out.
1 to 4 players, so 1 player.
1. I pressed number 1 before.
You pressed 1
Yeah,
before.
press
Oh,
S
here we go. So press S to start,
R to
R to refine keys. I think when we tried this earlier, it was keys only, wasn't it?
Okay, well, Gary,
So
you play it then.
R
because-
to redefine keys.
Let Gary.
I've just said R as you're up.
Oh no.
So some of you are probably wondering, who is this dastardly Derek Findas character? Derek, if you'd be so kind, Gregster, thank you very much for the £3 donation there. Derek, if you'd be so kind as to post a link to your YouTube channel where people can find you, please direct your comments to Derek. Plead with him. Tell him to set us free. But it's good to see some familiar names here. We've got the Retro Hour. I don't know if that's Dan or Ravi or both, but thank you for joining us, guys. We've got Ash. We've got Evie Opinion. Hello, Ryan. Thank you for joining us. I don't think anyone noticed either. We've got DJ Wild UK. Hello from the City of the Future. I must thank you. The Retro Man Cave Secret Santa for my Chucky Egg t-shirt. I don't know who sent that. You know, I didn't manage the Secret Santa, and it hasn't been shared who sent what. So I'm glad you got something nice that you enjoyed. We've got Simon Hopkins here. We've got Pixel Vixen. Hello, I saw Vicky just last week at the Southwest Amiga group. It was great to see you, Vicky. We've got 80s Nostalgia. Great to see you. Andy's here in spirit. And there was a question about what ZX Spectrum this is. So this is the ZX Spectrum Omni. The ZX Spectrum Omni was shown on there was a show and tell where we saw lots of ZX Spectrum items in the cave. And now I've got one, I really want to give a full review. It's a ZX Spectrum with, where's my Div MMC gone? I put it down somewhere. With the Div MMC built right in, so you just slot an SD card into the side of it. It's got 2 joystick ports built in, and it's got, at the moment, we're through Composite Out, it's got an HDMI port which isn't hooked up. They're still working on that. So eventually it will have HDMI built in, which is, I think that covers everything you need, and it's in, I'll get a close-up for you later, it's in that original 48K case.
It's a lovely bit of kit.
It looks identical to the original, right down to the rubber keys. I don't know if that's a good thing.
You also missed out a few of
not
our
a good
friends
thing.
on the shout-outs there, Neil. You missed out Ralph, Rob Taylor and Fairfight.
Yes, Ralph, Rob, Fairfight, hello. There's a lot of chat. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. It's great to see you all here. Garo Ninja says, oh crap, Trevor's here. Yes, Trevor is in the chat. Do be careful.
Now, I think we need to be... Now, Derek wants to know what we think of the games, playing them to his standard.
Yeah, so as Derek mentioned, we have to review these to his stat, and then we have to go back to him and see if he's happy, see if he'll set us free.
I think, to be honest, what more can you say about Chucky Egg apart from classic?
Chucky Egg I had on the Amstrad CPC.
I haven't been.
Do you want some Chucky Egg facts?
Yes.
And in the chat, if you've got any Chucky Egg facts, feel free to throw them in there.
What?
I know everyone walks around with Chucky Egg facts in their head.
What was the name of the farmer in Chucky Egg?
Henhouse Harry.
Oh,
There you go. So, I know that. I have it written down.
Oh, hello.
Chucky Egg, released in 1983, written by a 17-year-old Nigel Alderton, published by A&F Software. It was released first on the ZX Spectrum, the BBC Micro, and the Dragon 32. That was Welsh.
I didn't know it was on the Dragon 32.
And then it was released on pretty much everything, wasn't it? You could get it on any
It is a good
computer.
game. It is a good game.
The objective is for Henhouse Harry to collect 12 eggs on each level before the time runs out. Seed gives you points. It also pauses the clock, which is counting down. There's the time at the top right there. But it also attracts the hens. So you kind of want to leave the seed there
Oh, hello.
so they don't get you. You're progressing through this quite quickly.
Well, I'm
Gary.
only on level 3, sir.
There are, I think there's 44 levels. 3 or 4 rounds, you go through all the levels. So first round is like this. Second round, that big bird at the top left hunts you down, doesn't it? Third round, you've got the big bird and the chickens. And then I think the fourth round, it's just the same but quicker.
Oh, we got it.
I could never get past the second round. Never got to the third round.
Got some Chucky Egg trivia from Slopes there, from DJ Slopes.
Hey.
There you go. The latest Chucky Egg game came out in 2009.
Oh, really? On what platform?
DJ Slopes laying down the Chucky Egg facts.
Oh, hello. Let's put my name in.
He's probably got a remix of the soundtrack on vinyl as well.
But if anyone isn't following his channel, do check it out. Slopes Game Room, excellent YouTube channel.
Yeah, Slopes recently crossed 100,000 subscribers, so go and check out Slopes Game Room. Dan, feel free to post a link to your channel in here. Dragon32 says Kev was not technically Welsh. They were rehoused Tandies, as far as I remember. They were certainly Tandy clones or something, weren't they? I've got a Dragon32 on the shelf, which needs the trash to treasure treatment, and I haven't got round to doing it yet. So I need to learn a lot more about that system.
Rob had his first kiss over a game of Spectrum Chucky Egg, I'm assuming.
Rob!
Oh my
With a
word.
chicken or with
Wow.
Spectrum or...
Wow, did you get any static shocks off the screen
Oh my
when you
God.
kissed it, Rob? Greg says, I never realised they were hens. I thought they were dodgy ostriches. They have got that look about them, haven't they? The legs are just too long.
They're a bit joust.
They're very aggressive.
I have to say, the ladders are not. I don't know if this is keyboard, but the ladders are a pain in the ass to get up sometimes.
T. Murphy says, Rob, and how did your brother feel about this? We've got the chicken puns now. That was a foul joke.
Yeah.
So my copy of Chucky Egg,
hello.
and if Ryan, if EV Opinion is still in the chat, I don't know if he'll
Oh my
remember
word.
this. I was playing Chucky Egg one day on my Amstrad CPC 464, drinking and enjoying my pint of banana Nesquik. Knocked it over the whole CPC, the cassette deck side, and Chucky Egg was just completely saturated in
Did
banana
your mum
Nesquik.
let you have milk near the computer?
I don't think she knew it was going on.
Oh, right. Illicit Nesquik drinking.
Yeah, and so the Amstrad and the tape got put in a cupboard that I couldn't reach for about a month, I think.
Wow.
Till eventually, there you go, Ryan. EV Opinion says idiot. For anyone who doesn't know, EV Opinion is my brother. It's not the first time he's called me an idiot. And he has a channel based on something completely different to what I do and very modern. It's electric vehicles. So go and check that out. If you want to see me without a beard being a lot more excited talking about electric vehicles, go and subscribe to EV Opinion. Now, one day I climbed up and I retrieved that computer and that Chucky Egg, and I plugged it in and I crossed my fingers and it worked.
Wow.
No damage done. I mean, it may have been a bit sticky on the inside, but
Well.
it worked. So there you go.
Computers back then were built to last.
Yeah. The future was 8-bit says, my copy of Chucky Egg on the BBC would not load until I cracked it.
I'm not sure if that's a hacking joke or a pun.
That's a deep pun. I like it.
And that trash blames Thatcher.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
The great milk prohibition. Although, you know, people talk about their free milk and, you know, great memories of the 80s. When I got milk at school, I remember it being warm.
I remember it being warm and on the borderline on the turn.
It wasn't nice. I mean,
No.
you drank it, but it wasn't a nice experience.
Do you remember fighting with your brother over the milk from the milkman for the cream on the top?
My granddad had a farm.
Ah,
So, you know, there was a whole vat of milk that we could skim the cream off of.
right.
So we were never short of cream. Electron Ash, now this isn't going to surprise anyone. Electron Ash was the milk monitor at school. It was only a minor responsibility.
Did all the boys come to his yard?
Kev says milk was disgusting, warm and slightly cheesy. Yeah,
It was.
exactly that.
It was. I remember the bottles having that disconcerting fat layer left on the inside of them.
Yeah. Rob remembers it in triangular cartons. See, I remember it in stubby little glass milk bottles.
I remember half-pint bottles.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
So, Chucky Egg. How are we feeling about this?
It's still a classic. It's a great game on any
It's
platform.
very playable,
The,
isn't
the
it?
ladders, you have to be precise. You have to. I
But is
don't
that down
remember
to the
this
port
as a
on the
kid.
Spectrum?
Maybe, yeah. But I don't remember that from being a kid.
One difference
Like
between the ZX Spectrum and most of the other ports is that the physics isn't calculated in real time.
Oh, right.
The ZX Spectrum, he jumps on a set path. You can see that, can't you, when
Yes.
he jumps?
Yeah.
On the other platforms, it actually does, you know, very basic application of gravity.
And I'm going to say something I'm seeing in this game that Rob will hit me when eventually we escape this evil place. If I don't mention it, is the colour clash is quite bad on this.
Yeah,
That's to be expected in early Sticky games, though. Ooh.
yeah, 1983. Joe says, poor Neil, we had cold chocolate
Oh,
milk
no.
in American schools.
Had
What I
chocolate
wouldn't
milk.
have given for chocolate milk. Yeah,
Been
and
a
cold.
dream.
Yeah.
Cold.
And cold, yeah.
Growing Perspective got beaver milk. Okay.
Wow. I wouldn't mind some of that.
That must be a hard job to milk a
Yeah,
milk a beaver.
Be easy to milk a cat.
Oh dear. I have nipples, Andrew. Could you milk me?
Well, let's give it a go. Stay tuned for the Twitch
To
after
quote the
party.
Fockers. Derek says, you know, for all these guys' issues, they aren't too bad.
Aww,
Oh my word.
Was Derek just nice?
Derek.
Very nice to us.
So I think, Derek, are you ready for our scores? I think we should probably rate out
I
of
think
10.
so.
I like it.
Did you ever play Chucky Egg 2?
No.
No,
It
I
was a
haven't.
completely different
No,
game.
no, I haven't.
It was a multi-screen platformer where you had to collect loads of stuff in a factory. Oh, we can show that. There's a Derek says no, he's not ready. I think he just wants us to play forever.
Carry on.
My fingers hurt, Derek.
Derek, please.
Oh, crap, Derek.
Please.
Chucky says you joke, but men have been known to lactate. That's a fact I'm not going to dwell on too much today.
No.
Okay, yeah, Chucky Egg 2 was based in a factory. I had it on the Amiga. Completely
You didn't know
different
it was on the
game.
Amiga,
And there were hundreds of screens you had to go and collect. I can't remember what it was you had to collect.
Oh, we may continue.
Thank you, Derek. We may continue. But I think I always preferred Chucky Egg 1. I'm going to give this a solid 8 out of 10.
I'm going to say it's a 9.
9?
Really?
Gary?
No. I mean, I've only played the Spectrum version, so I'm going to be fair to the actual gameplay and say if the ladders were more responsive, it would be an 8. But I'm going to give it a 7.
7. So we got
I'm going
7.
to change to a 7 actually, because I think the port.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go down and say with what Gareth said. He says as a game, it's a 9,
Yes.
but I think maybe the port, it's not quite there.
Yeah, so the
7.
ZX Spectrum version specifically loses some points for its lack of physics.
Yes.
Yeah, and its lack of ray traced rendering.
Yes. Real-time ray traced rendering.
And no sample speech.
What do you guys think? Flocculator says the ladders were much better on the Beeb.
BBC.
Yeah. I mean, the Beeb was great at those chunky
Yes.
graphics. Acorn Electron, that must have been very similar to the BBC. There we go. Right, well, let's see if we've passed the test. Let's go back to Derek and see. Derek, can we go free yet?
Mr. Findas, how did we do?
Yeah, I'll give you that one. It was acceptable.
What's our reward for passing this test?
Playing the game is the reward. And my company. But as you did so well, I'm going to look out another game for you.
Guys, I've managed to open a method of communication to help get you guys back.
It's Derek Findas. He's kidnapped us. He's bonkers. I'm scared I'm trapped here in 1984 with Neil and Andrew.
Gary, calm down. Don't worry. I think this magazine might be able to help us. Do you remember how we used to write into magazines to get help? I think somehow this magazine might be able to help us.
We may be able to write a letter. Write a letter to the magazine now. That letter will get read, the solution we presented in the magazine, and then published, which will appear in the copy of the magazine you've got there. Everyone got it?
Great Scott!
Stop it!
Someone write a letter, quick.
I wrote a letter.
Brilliant. Derek,
What?
can you post this for us, mate?
Yeah, sure, I've got to nip down the post office anyway. I'm sending off for a painted plate of Lady Diana sitting with a collie overlooking a pond. It's a limited edition, there's only 30,000. I'll get going now then.
How soon before we see a reply?
Well, the timeline, if I remember correctly, should be pretty quickly. I'd say it'll take as long as Derek's next challenge.
His next challenge, perfect. Let's see what he's got for us.
But something a little bit trickier this time. Let's play Bugaboo the Flea.
What did I tell you about the acting? Is that not the best acting you've ever seen? And I saw a very good point made there in the chat. Gary Ninja says, you guys are complaining about being stuck in 1984. I mean, that's probably the place we most want to be, isn't it? just not Derek's 1984.
No, not Derek's version of 1984.
No, the 10-foot tall Derek Findas next to us is quiet.
Yeah. All right, Derek. So this is Bugaboo the Flea. Andrew, do you want to play this one?
I will have a go.
There's only
We'll
two
leave it with you,
keys.
sir.
There's only two keys
Oh, it's all
involved.
right. I'll probably unplug it at the same
Is it
time.
jump left and jump right?
It
Oh,
is.
so what?
Actually, right. Like
So the keys are 1 and 0.
Oh,
The
right.
longer you hold it, the further he jumps, and you've got the power bar down at the bottom there.
Oh gosh.
This is not easy. I remember
Oh,
this being
God.
hard.
This is cruel and unusual punishment. I don't like it.
Visually, I think it's quite nice.
Oh,
So guys in the chat, do
Ah!
give me any feedback on the levels if you need the music louder or anything. We have got game audio. I just don't want to make your ears bleed with too much Spectrum audio, so should we just fade it up and
I
see?
can't play this game.
Let's see what this game sounds like.
This is cruel. Just the Geneva Convention outlaw this. This is.
I'm not hearing any audio. Do a jump.
Oh, there you
it's-
go. It's unevasive.
There you go.
Yes.
Yay! Right, you have to get over it now.
Ah.
I think we can have a bit of music with this.
To drown out Andrew's woe.
This is awful.
You can get good at it. It's possible. I never have, but you can.
I can't. Gary,
So,
take over.
Oh no.
I don't want to play it.
The Future was 8-bit says, this game is impossible, I swear it's bugged.
Don't want to play.
Alexander says, I'm confused. I don't know much about the Spectrum. Do all the games control with terrible keyboards? A lot of the early games were keyboard. The computer didn't have a joystick interface built in, but very quickly interfaces became available.
Careful on that power cable,
And then
Gary.
joysticks were supported in games, so you can play a lot of games with joysticks. I don't think this game would particularly benefit actually from a joystick, because you've only got left and right. I think that works fine on the keyboard.
Oh, it's awful.
It's the best game ever. I love it, Derek.
I don't like it.
I keep getting stuck in there. Oh, hello. No. Oh, I got it. Look at that.
Richard, yes, I think Ash has answered your question there. The original Spectrum only had a beeper. I think there was an AY chip in the plus 2,
Yeah.
plus 2 onwards.
Which was very, I think the same or very, very similar to Atari ST chip.
Yes, that's right. Now, Blockulator, you win a prize. He says, Roland in the Caves. Let me tell you more about this game. Bugaboo the Flea. Oh, God, that would have
what
hurt
happened
your
there?
ears. Wow.
Why did that
That
happen?
was a screech.
I
think
died,
you
mate.
just
You
died.
died?
Yeah, I died, yeah. Is that simple?
I think we've had enough of the game audio. I'll knock that down.
You've had enough of the game.
I have to say, I really like
Let me tell you the facts. 1983 by Quicksilver. It was also called La Pulga in Spain, which is there anyone Spanish here? Is La Pulga Spanish for flea? I don't know. But I knew it on my Amstrad as Amsoft's Roland in the Caves. So you are right, Blockulator. That's exactly what this game was. Bugaboo was having a great time on his planet when he fell down a crack into the
He's
caves.
the
He
only one
must
having a
escape.
good time.
It's a premise, I think, as simple as our acting. 2 keys, left and right, hold them down to determine the power of your leap. Now, you're all dissing this game, and there's also a dragon that you need to avoid.
Yeah.
Crash Magazine. Do you want to guess how much Crash Magazine rated this at in 1983?
92.
And in the chat,
86.
oh, there's that dragon. 86%?
92, I think.
Gary says 92. Chat, take your guesses. What did Crash Magazine, which I think was the Spectrum magazine? There was your Sinclair as well, but I was definitely...
People asking what was it out
enjoying
of?
Crash.
What was their review scale? Was it
100.
out of 100?
the review scale was up to 100%. There are people are mentioning that the screen's reversed. There's a reason for that. It's because of the side of the screen Derek is on. Sorry, the side of the cave Derek is on up there.
Wait, cave? No, we're in Derek's mystical world.
The side of Derek's mystical world that
He caught me.
he's on. We need to make sure we're the right way around so that it matches up with the scenes in between gameplay, which are absolutely not pre-recorded. We're doing all of this live.
Didn't record them in December.
Not at all.
December.
Right, the guesses are in.
Oh, wow. Lots
From
of guesses.
55%, there's a 1%, there's a 40, there's 100. I mean, this should have 100 because it's based in a cave.
Oh,
This is my kind of game. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, Gary, Were you reading my notes?
No, I know because I read the review.
Crash Magazine said it is highly addictive. It's of high quality. In fact, it's an arcade quality game.
Nice.
They gave it 92%. Gary is right.
I read Crash as a kid.
Oh, there you go. It must have stuck.
I don't like this game.
No, it's
So 92%.
I think as a kid, if you had no other game, you could learn to get good at it.
I think it's a game that was good because of the time,
You
rather.
look how far you've jumped. Sorry, Andrew.
I think it's a game that was almost like Gary's saying. It was a game that was good at the time because games didn't have a great deal of depth on the whole. There were the odd one that did.
It scrolls. Bit different to your normal flick screen games.
I think what I don't like about it is the repetitiveness of you falling down, and then I don't like games where you have to read the same part over and over again.
You would hate this thing.
Some people here are disagreeing that this is of arcade quality. Did you go to the Color Clash arcade? Arcade quality in 1976.
Flynn's arcade was where it was at.
Yeah. I think our YouTube view counter has got stuck there at the top left-hand corner. It hasn't changed. I don't know how many viewers we have. Let's see if we can fix that.
Oh my stuff, I think. No, go away, dragon! I think you need a lot of patience.
Just going to make it disappear. 263 viewers. It's about right.
Yeah,
It's not about the viewers.
exactly.
Quality, not quantity. Hey, guys.
The arcade quality game.
Those of you who... a couple of you made a donation earlier for Super Chat. If you look at your emojis, you've got a special Trevor emoji. Make sure you make full use of your Trevor emoji.
This is so hard.
Gary's getting increasingly frustrated here. That's the one thing I remember about this game as Roland in the Caves is frustration.
You need a lot
Just
of
a
patience.
really frustrating game.
Like I said earlier, if this was the only game you had, I reckon you could get good at it. If you hadn't, like, I don't know.
If this was the only game you had.
If this was the only game you have, you'd play the hell out of it.
Yeah. And I think, by the way, I think you could get good at it. I think you could, like, you learn the jumps. So I noticed there's actually keys so you can scroll the map.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so you can see.
You can actually.
ahead, but then the dragon
then
gets
the
you.
dragon gets you, and then you cry.
I don't like it.
So someone says there's a YouTube video. Winsome Hack says there's a YouTube video showing you how to complete this game in less than 1 minute.
Wow. I want to watch that.
There you go. Andy says, have you had any YouTube uploads stuck at 360p? Andy, pay attention. We're playing Bugaboo the Flea here, man. That's a problem I used to have actually, and sometimes I would wait 2 or 3 hours and it would fix. But generally, if it happens, it never fixes, and I delete the video and I re-upload it, and it goes to 1080p within 20 minutes of uploading always. So if it hasn't done it within half an hour, I just delete it and upload it again.
Who's Trevor?
Trevor's
Trevor. Okay, let's rate
Yeah, stop
Bugaboo the
playing
Flea.
this.
And you guys in chat, let's have your scores out of 10 for Derek. Derek, also give us your score out of 10, as if I don't know what Derek's score out of 10 is going to be. Derek, what do you rate this at? I'm going to give this... I'm going to give it a 6, because it did keep me coming back playing when I used to have it. But it always frustrated me.
Minus 1 million.
Minus 1 million.
You have at least one.
Dubious says 1. It's an Arse says 2. Cheetah 3. Foofly 9 out of 10. Hello Morgan Just Games. Great to see you here, mate. Morgan has a YouTube channel. Post your link, mate. William Kale. Your scores are flying off the screen. I can't keep up with them all. On average, I'm going to say it's somewhere around 5.
Should I give my score?
Gary?
Because for the taking into account the age, visually I think it's very good graphically, so I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
6.
I'll give it a 5, to be fair.
2 6s and 1 5. Okay. We've got 4s, we've got 5s. Okay, let's give our scores to Derek. I feel that you guys rating these games, I think you might be helping us here, helping us with the challenge. Hopefully Derek will take that into account. Should we go back and see what he has to say?
Let's see what Derek's got to...
And see if we can find our way out. This one? Is this where we are? I think this is where we are.
Are you enjoying it here, guys? I hope so, because I like being a good host. And what's not to enjoy? It's the 80s. Oh, just think of the things that go on. The ladies. There's plenty to choose from. For example, what about Judith Chalmers? Oh my word. You know, she travels the world. Oh, amazing. What a haircut. It's like this salt and pepper.
Guys, come on. Check the magazine. Have we had a reply to our letter yet?
You know, and she'll probably get you a discount on National Express, which is pretty good, you know. And then there's Annika Rice.
It says if we can get Sir Clive Sinclair to eat a curly whirly, we'll be transported.
Gary, how many curly whirlies have you got in your bag? Shh. Check.
Lovely helicopter. Then there's Selena Scott. Of course, she has a haircut like Lady Diana, which is wonderful. You know, it's a good masculine haircut. I like that on a woman. I've always kind of been that way.
I got 5. 5 curly whirlies, perfect. That's one for each of us. One for Sir Clive.
How the hell are we going to get Sir Clive Sinclair to eat the curly whirly?
A car boot sale. So if you ever met her, take her along to a car boot sale. If you're at a car boot sale and she's selling stuff, avoid. She knows what she's doing. Then there's Anne Diamond. She has like a bowl cut and shoulder pads. Looks really good. She looks like she's out a pop video.
Leave it with me. So long as you can keep Derek distracted by taking his challenges, I think I might be able to track him down.
Jeanette Cranky.
Okay, so that's the plan. Let's see what Derek's got for us next.
Maybe not. And then there's Sandy Togsvig. No, not her either. Oh, BBC Two, Jenny Powell. She's absolutely beautiful. What a lovely young... What is it, Jamie? She's 17. Moving on. Your next challenge is a game starring a great man with a great haircut. Eddie Kidd. An Eddie Kidd's Jump Challenge starring Eddie Kidd.
Sorry. We may have blown your ears off there with a bit of feedback. Eddie Kidd's Jump Challenge is the next challenge for us from Derek. Yeah, now you're talking, says EV Opinion. Sorry. A real man's game. Eric says, I miss Scotland now. I hope you're enjoying Derek. Do make sure you go and subscribe to him. Jeanette Cranky, Christian heard was mentioned there, yes.
Yes, the Crankies.
Derek's. Who are we to argue with Derek's taste in ladies?
Could be super grand.
Right, Retro Gaming has spotted the Iron Maiden t-shirt that Derek's wearing. It's a good t-shirt. Okay, I'd like to know, if you're not in the UK, do you know who Eddie Kidd is? I can tell you who he is, but I'd like to know how far his legend has travelled.
Oh gosh, did I do it wrong again? Nope.
Should we see if this game has some audio?
Let's try it.
Okay.
Oh, it's that. Okay, it's using backspace to accelerate.
Interesting.
So I think you had to press... Yeah, you've got it to turn around. No, there's no audio.
Is it up to... It's not pick the joystick up.
No, not all games are.
I did play this with joystick earlier, but I had to use the key to turn around.
Turned around on the accelerate key. Anyone have a buzz?
Philomax has never heard of Eddie Kidd. Do you want me to reset it?
Yeah, go on. Give it a quick go.
Make sure you choose joystick at the
I
start.
think it's when I press 1, it jumped straight through. See, I don't
Andrew
do...
and Spectrum's don't
Go
do
on,
it.
Gary, you put the joystick on for me. It's like having to get your child out of the front room to put the video on for you. It's 1 I pressed, but do very lightly.
Oh, Kev's straight in
2.
there with the
This
ZX
is like the
Spectrum
Kempston,
facts.
isn't it?
2, it works the joystick.
Yeah, but this is Kempston, not Interface 2.
It works.
Yeah, it works.
It did earlier.
I'll put you in the other port. That may be what we had to do. Go for it.
There we
you
go.
go. And then it's enter or whatever to turn around. Okay, let me tell you who Eddie Kidd was then. Eddie Kidd was the UK's version of Evel Knievel. You've probably all heard of Evel Knievel. Yeah, if you see at the bottom right here, we're on a BMX.
Okay, fine.
We're on a BMX.
Go on.
There you go. Yeah, he was the UK's version of Evel Knievel. And I think we all pretended to be Eddie Kidd when we ran our BMXs. I know I did.
Yes. Unfortunately, he's not a well man these days.
He's not. We'll come to that. But I had all the gear. I had like the full crash suit, crash helmet, BMX.
Did you used to do things now on your bike that you would look back and go, God, I was stupid?
Yeah, I mean, I rode my BMX until it had no brakes. I think I just took the brakes off. So I mostly rode with no brakes.
I rode my BMX down the big slide at the park.
Nice. Look at that jump. You made it.
You made all the barrels.
18 barrels you just jumped over.
What do I do now? Do I jump the other way or?
I don't know.
I can't. I'm pulling down ranks.
Morgan says, are these games you haven't played before? I've played some of these games.
I'm now on a motorbike.
Yes.
I didn't have a ZX Spectrum, so I played most of them on an Amstrad at the time. The first 2 games I've definitely played. This one, no. I mean, I'm going to have a go on this one because it looks a lot of fun.
This isn't going to work.
You're in 3rd gear. 8 cars.
Oh no, you're going to do it. You're going to do it.
He's overshot it.
He's done it. He's going to die.
Oh,
Yes. Oh.
it's tragic.
He got up. He's all right.
He's okay. He's giving you the thumbs up. So yeah, Eddie Kidd, like Evel Knievel, jumped over buses and cars. He jumped over the Great Wall of China once.
Wow.
He was a stunt double on films like Living Daylights and GoldenEye. He married Leslie Ash's sister. But not for long, because he then married a Stringfellows waitress.
Wow.
He was a Levi's model.
Oh.
And his career ended in 1996 after a crash left him brain damaged after 3 months in a coma. So that really put an end to his career. But in 93, Evel Knievel's son Robbie challenged him to a jump challenge. Motorcycle jumps on a pay-per-view event. He won with an accumulated jump. With their jumps being accumulated, he jumped 6 foot more than Evel Knievel's son. So,
Captain Robbie Knievel.
Yep. Those are all the Eddie Kidd facts I have for you today.
I'm going to go.
Joseph, he didn't die doing what he loved. He's still alive today. He did ride a motorbike recently at an event.
I didn't care enough to run.
But he's not doing jumps like he used to.
Oh, did I completely overdo it? Oops.
You just died driving to the other end.
Yes!
Electron Ash says...
Go on, Gary.
Oh, sorry, Fair Fight says he had Spooky Dokies. Did you have Spooky Dokies?
Spooky Dokies, I remember.
Spooky Dokies free in your breakfast cereal.
Yes. No, yeah, they were, and also the Kellogg's reflectors.
Yeah. Or
yes,
a clothes peg and a card. I've got to have a
Jumpers for goalposts.
Ooh, when I was a lad.
You ready, Gary, or?
Oh, sorry, I was reading the chat.
Yeah,
Hang
press enter for you, because
press enter for me.
otherwise you'll just be cycling for
Becky,
miles.
okay, see you soon.
I thought I was just waiting to get to the end.
What games have we played so far? Morgan, so far we've played Chucky Egg, and we've played Bugaboo the Flea, and this is Eddie Kidd's Jump Challenge. These games are being set for us by Derek Findas, who is there in the chat room. He's evilly trapped us in his world, and we're trying to escape.
You have to press enter for this motorbike.
When you go on to turn it around, yeah.
What was the Spectrum's most prolific year? That's a good question, isn't
That's
it?
a very good question.
Probably about 83, 84. When it was...
Maybe a bit later than that. I mean, we're not talking about just this 48K Spectrum, the whole range of Spectrums, because they were in the shops till like 92, weren't they? 16 bits were picking up from 88 onwards.
Yeah.
So maybe 84, 85?
Press the fire button, puts the brake on.
Richard says 84. Ash says everything happened in 86. Spectrum was big in 87. You still had the +2 and the +3. Yeah, that's B. Vargas
Don't
says that.
overdo the speed, Gary.
Fair Fight says the +2A with light guns from the Dixon's deals. Was that the James Bond deal? You used to be able to get the James Bond pack with the light gun. Gary has completely overshot the landing.
Yeah, go!
Oh.
This game's evil and cruel.
Right,
If you're going,
yeah.
yeah.
Keep an eye on the chat, Gary. I'm gonna.
gosh.
What are the buttons?
So basically, sir, is you may hold up.
Gary Ninja, thank you for the donation. Make full use of that Trevor emoji you now have access to.
So you press up to go, and when you're happy you have enough distance,
Yeah.
stop and then press enter to turn around.
Right. So the BMX level looked pretty easy.
Yeah.
We'll turn around and do this one.
I always wanted a +3, but I've never had one. I think Neil's got one, haven't you?
Yes, I've got a +3, and I recently got a new power supply for it from bytedelight.com, and I'll show you that in an upcoming episode.
Excellent.
See, there's no landing ramp on the BMX one. You can't really go wrong.
No, I think the BMX makes you feel like...
Neil, if you don't let
play
go,
the game.
you'll just carry on pedalling to infinity.
Yes,
Right,
it's
okay.
a weirdly coded game.
Any recommendation on what gear I should be in?
Well, it does it for you automatically.
Does it automatically?
Yeah,
But
but you
if
don't
you
want
go
to go too fast, do you?
No, 5th gear's fine. Just watch your speed when it gets in the red. That's what I have the problem of.
And then obviously, when you've got as far away as you think you need to be, stop and then put right.
But if you press,
Neil's gonna do
if
it.
you press the fire button, it puts the brake on.
Okay. I think I saw you do this in 3rd gear. I'm just gonna hold it.
I think it's the speed rather than the gear.
There we go.
I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, no, yeah. Should have stayed in 3rd.
Oh, so you have to be clever. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were gonna.
Yeah, it's not all
I
about.
thought you were doing a
speed.
clever landing there.
No, I think you've got to actually land on the ramp.
Yeah,
Surely
so I
that's
think
why it's
speed,
there.
Yeah, I think speed is.
Have another go.
Yeah.
Damned British going the wrong way.
I think the speedy games kept the Spectrum going as well.
Hmm.
Codemasters. Gary collects Codemasters games.
I do.
Tell us about them, Gary.
Gary wants to be a codemaster.
Tell me, what should I say?
How many Codemasters games have you got?
Oh, I actually, over 100 I've got. I couldn't tell you the exact count, but I need 2 to complete the set. And I need Wrestling Superstars and DJ Puff, which never seem to come out for sale, ever. And
So if
I
anyone's got them for sale,
yeah, I will pay over £100 for each. I have the money for them, no one has them to sell. It's depressing. As soon as I complete my set, I will throw them away. No.
Foodfly says, I worked for Cody's not long ago.
Ooh. That's Cody's of the new world, not Cody's of smoking till 2 a.m. coding.
Right. I want to be in 3rd gear for this one. Here we go.
I think you're too fast.
I don't
Oh,
know.
no.
I think it's
Oh.
good. I think
No, it's
good.
too fast.
Oh,
Wow, so
no.
what then?
So lower speed in 3rd
I
gear.
want another go. I want to go again.
Yeah, we have to get to jumping over trains or buses.
Right, you go, Andrew.
Or
You've got to get to level 3.
It's showing after the BMX one each time.
I know BMX one's enough.
Yeah. Too easy.
Richard says, my childhood was filled with Mastertronics, the budget label of yore. Mastertronics, Ricochet, that was another budget one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What else can you remember on the budget
Oh,
titles?
like loads Firefox.
Firefox.
Firebird.
No, Firebird was BT. They were a top
Firebird.
end.
Yeah, there were different birds,
Yeah.
weren't there? Different,
Yeah,
there was,
Silverbird you had.
yeah.
Mastertronic, obviously. But Mastertronic did a lot of little ones, other ones like Bullfrog and that, didn't they? There were quite a few spin-offs like Bullfrog, Codemasters, Core.
And there were the Codemasters Quattro collections where you had 4 games.
We had the
on
Hit
there.
Squad ones, I suppose, re-releases and Kicks re-releases.
I remember on the Beeb we had Superior Software there, it was called Play It Again Sam.
Oh, yeah.
that's a good game playing in.
No, these were collections.
Oh, it was a
They were like
collection.
nows.
Oh.
They were like you had your now albums. You'd have like Play It Again Sam 1, 2 and whatever. And there'd be 4 of the titles from the previous months.
Wasn't Rockstar 8 my hamster a Codemasters game? Yes, it was, B Vargas 78. That was a good game. A lot of fun. Right, Retro Gaming says, we're streaming the 48K soon, hooking up the phone to use tape audio files.
Oh, fun.
We did it with the Beeb, works well. I have tried that.
Oh, come on.
Have you done it? Have you done it?
Oh, Is this possible?
Right, one more go. I think I've got it. So speed needs to be even. This is going to be like the old days. Neil, can you get the tape? Going sticky tape on the speed indicator.
You got it. You got this.
Right.
So, the future was 8-bit. Just remind me, can you take snapshots on the Div MMC? Maybe there's a way we can take a snapshot and carry on where we left off.
Oh, cheating.
Or is that cheating too much?
I think this game's a bit of a cheat.
Derek would not approve of cheating.
That's also true.
Derek, is cheating acceptable? And also, guys, treat the chat as an AMA, as an Ask Me Anything for Derek. Give Derek as many questions as you can while you've got his attention in the chat. Maybe there's something about 1984 you always wanted to know. The Future Was 8-Bit says yes, you can take snapshots. It saves out to a Z80 file.
I think
Very useful.
To go fast, isn't it?
Yeah. I think literally I only want to be...
Derek, are you mad? Sorry, Derek. You're here. You will answer questions. You haven't got all the power here, Derek.
Yes! Suck on that, Derek!
Nice one. So each level you have to go a little bit faster, I expect. It's probably that simple now.
Yep.
Spooky says, Derek, question mark. Well, it's almost like we need to recap. We need a recap video, don't we? Spooky, if you're wondering why we're floating in outer space, it's because we're trapped in the world of Derek Findas. You'll see more of him in a minute. We're trying to pass his challenges so that we can escape his world.
What's actually a windsock on there now?
Makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
8 cars.
Oh, come on.
That's good, that's good.
Oh, just a bit much.
Yeah.
Oh.
Derek's getting questions now.
Right, I've had enough of that now. Go on. Do you want another go, Neil?
I want another go on that. I'm going to have one more go. I'm just going to do some more jumps.
You've got to, the technique is to finesse that. There's just a little at the end on the motorcycle, one very light touch on it. It's skillful.
Well, you have to do something to land it?
No, what you do is the speed is just keep tapping it very gently.
Right.
You
You can tell me what speed I need to be at.
Each level basically needs a sort of like range.
Mr. Travis, I don't think you do any leaning back or forward. I don't think you have any control over that.
The only one that seems to work is up and down and fire in this.
Nice.
I mean, it looks like you should be able to do that. It looks like a modern mobile game, doesn't it? Where you should be able to tip him back and forward.
There's no kick.
That's enough.
That's enough?
Yep.
Brakes are on.
Okay, press enter.
Should do that for you.
Okay, go.
Hang on, why can't you buy frozen stir fry anymore? That's a very good question. Derek, why not?
Too much speed.
Too much speed?
Literally.
That?
Too much.
That?
That. Literally. Watch it.
On the two. I see. As soon as you hit the ramp,
watch, look, see. Look.
Oh
no, that bit too
there's
much
even
speed.
too much there.
Yeah.
It's got to be below the 2.
This game's hard.
Yes.
Derek chose the hardest game.
I wonder where Derek does his weekly shop. That's my question for you, Derek. Derek, where do you do your weekly shop?
Some I feel like we're using Safeway would be for Christmas on such occasions, wouldn't it?
Gateway? Is that a shopping market?
Hillards. B-Jams.
Should we give our rating on this game?
Yes, let's give our rating.
I'm going to say
I don't actually want to stop playing it.
I'm really enjoying this. I'd give this a solid 8. 8 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 7 because I think once you learn the speed, the game will have no lasting appeal.
Spooky, you're the kind of fool that pays money to send a super chat. Thank you. That will go in the pizza fund and feed us tonight. So thank you, Spooky. Riot Retro Gaming, are you going to any of the retro shows this year? Yeah. If you join my Discord, which is linked in the description of all my videos, we have a room called RMC Meetups, and we post all of the retro events that we might be going to, and we pin the people that are going. The next one I'm definitely going to is Play Expo Blackpool. I might go to Play Expo Manchester, Retro Revival. They're all in that room, so yeah, come and check it out.
You might have, Gary. You might have just clipped it. Oh. Really enjoying this.
Alan says, Derek, bird's eye potato waffles, were they really waffly versatile?
Grill and bacon fry and eat them.
You remember the lyrics.
Waffles with a fried egg on top.
Derek, why is there no more hedgerow prawn, man?
I keep picking your cups up.
Oh, Derek.
I should have been William Lowe's sensible prices.
This is how we'll defeat Derek, with an AMA.
An AMA of the 80s.
Does Derek eat Findas crispy pancakes?
It's worth noting. It's Derek Findas, not Derek Findas. He legally forced them to change their name, I believe.
So what did you rate the game? Sorry.
Oh, I rated
8.
this at 6.
8. 6.
6 because I think once you learn the speeds, it will become not playable. Because it's all about learning this game.
I would say, because the issue I do have is there's no life system. So it becomes quite repetitive having to grind your way back up.
Yeah. I think once you beat it, it won't have any lasting appeal.
I'm going to go with a 7 as well then. I see what you're saying, Gary.
Sorry, Eddie. I'm sure you got paid well.
Oh!
This would have cost you £7, £6.95.
Oh.
And then £1.99 on budget.
I can see it's been a newsagent's type tape.
Yeah, I remember buying it on budget, £1.99 from Woolworths. No, really, from Woolworths actually, or WH Smith.
I remember the cruelness. My local newsagents used to sell computer games, and they were all for the Spectrum and the C64 at a BBC.
Oh.
I used to go and look at these games, drool over the licensed titles. I couldn't join in.
When I was like 8, I had got my Spectrum for Christmas. I went into the shop to buy a game. I didn't know there was different computers, so I picked up a cassette for every different system.
Well, you came home with a game for every
thankfully,
system.
the girl behind the counter said, "Do you own all these systems? Do you?" Looking at, I think no. So she saved me, but so sick.
We are an hour into the stream, an hour into the adventure. If you haven't been paying attention, we've been kidnapped by Derek Findas. He's trapped us in his world. We've got to play his choice of games, like this one up here. There it is. We've got to rate them, and hopefully he'll let us go, unless we find another way of escaping. I fancy making a quick cup of coffee. Should we have a quick tea break before we play?
I think we should.
Okay. Keep asking Derek your questions. He's going to stick around during the tea break. This is a Derek Findas AMA while we make a quick cup of coffee. We'll be back within 5 minutes. See you in a second, guys. What did Derek do? We lost the stream there for a moment, but we're back. We're back. I see the view counts coming back up. Sorry about that, guys. Slight technical hitch. I think Derek trod on the computer or something with his massive foot. We'll wait for a few more to come back, and then we'll go to the next scene so you guys don't miss what's going on. Let's bring the music back in. Did you all enjoy your tea break? And I hope you've been getting answers from Derek on his AMA. Let me load up the music. This is the problem with 1984 technology.
Streaming on YouTube with 32k of RAM.
There's the music. There it is. Let's bring our chat box up as well so we can see you. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Sorry about the technical problems.
Tape loading error.
Let's pop the chat out.
Nothing to see here. We popped out.
Like trash. Put down the phone, Mum. I'm trying to download Windows 98.
286 PC couldn't handle the stream.
That's right.
Okay, I think we're about ready. Now, if you missed the start of the stream, we've got a competition. We've got a giveaway today. Where is the Div MMC that we had on the table? Come on, guys. Where is it? You couldn't have gone far.
You had it in your hand, and you were like, "You can win this," and then you in your pocket. Nope.
In my pocket.
Oh, we'll find it in a minute.
Right, there is a giveaway. It's a Div MMC Future from the Future Was 8-bit, which it lets you load. Let's get the other camera. It lets you load games from an SD card on your ZX Spectrum. It also gives you an extra joystick or a joystick port. It's everything you've ever wanted for your ZX Spectrum. Imagine it's in my hand. I'm going to show you a close-up in a minute when I found it. And you've all got a chance. Yeah, so compact you can't see it. You've all got a chance to win it. All you've got to do is stick around to the end of the stream, and then we're going to say competition time. You're all going to put your comments in the chat, and we're going to pick a winner. Derek's going to pick a winner completely at random if he's in a good mood. This is all thanks to thefuturewas8bit.com. We will show you the device in a minute. I don't know where it's gone. But for now, let's find out if we've in any way won our freedom from Derek.
Recap.
There is no... Well, I can give you a recap. Basically, we've been trapped in Derek's world. That's what this is. The world of Derek Findas. He's trapped us. We need to escape by meeting his challenges, playing the games he tells us to play, rating them, and hopefully him setting us free, unless we can find another way. So, shall we see what the next challenge is?
Let's go for it.
Let's go to Derek.
We need to get home.
We need to get home. We need to find a way back to the present day. Derek, what have you got for us?
Craig, if you can hear us, have you made any progress getting hold of Sir Clive Sinclair?
A friend requested him, but he's not responding.
Only there was like some way of getting a message through to him.
Did you try poking him?
A poke? What a brilliant idea!
You're right, guys. Remember with ZX Spectrums you used to type your peeks and your pokes in to cheat with your games? A poke is exactly what Sir Clive Sinclair would respond to.
Okay, then I'm going to try it.
Did anything happen?
I'm not sure, but I feel a bit odd, guys.
Hey, what's going on down there? Is there something I should know about? Because if you were, for example, trying to escape, it would be bad. I don't know what, I haven't really thought that far ahead, but it would be bad.
No, sir, we're on our best behaviour.
Good, that's what I like to hear. Anyway, for your next challenge, we're going to really up the game. Ye are Kung Fu, as we pronounce it in Scotland. You're Kung Fu, but I digest. Ye are Kung Fu.
Yeah, Kung Fu, as Derek calls it.
It's like sitting next to Rory Bremner.
I'll put it on.
Wait until I do my Phil Cool faces. Go for it, Andrew, if you can figure out how to play Ya Kung Fu.
Press 1, I believe, sir. Can you move?
Yes. No, I am.
You're in. You're playing.
I mean, on Sinclair. You jump.
So Alan is saying poke and then the memory address and the value he wants to put in there. Alan, if that was a real poke for this game, I'd be very impressed.
Oh, it might be. Could have remembered it.
I seem to have the world's... Oh.
You're hitting him.
I'm hitting Buchu.
Yeah, oh, you destroyed him.
I destroyed him.
Ya Kung Fu, a Konami arcade game.
Yes.
From 1985.
Oh, Star. She throws stars.
Oh, you've played this one before then. Yeah. This, alongside Karate Champ, are considered the two games that defined the modern fighting genre.
Wow. Not the original Street Fighter.
Well, this was before. This was before.
That many
yeah, Street Fighter took it to the next level. I don't rate Street Fighter 1.
No, I don't think
Street Fighter 1 is awful.
Nothing that stands out.
Is it true? Because I remember when I was a kid, my friends used to tell me that you could, like, you could throw a fireball. Was that true? Only in the arcade
Yeah, you
version?
can do the
but not the
Hadouken
Spectrum version, maybe,
in
then.
Street Fighter 1.
I'm just jumping left and right.
So I just get away jumping now.
Hank says the later 128K version had a nice tune.
It did.
I don't know if this has got any sound. Should we see if this
far.
game has sound? Let's have a look. I'll take the music down.
I love this one.
It does.
It's not too bad, really.
Well, we'll have a bit of the music, and then we'll turn it down again when it gets annoying. Oh, the music doesn't play continuously.
No, it's just the entrance music. But this is bearable, I think, this one.
Oh, we can have a bit of our music as well. Alan says, no, it's the killer poke. Ah, is that a poke that just resets the computer, is it?
Oh, Neil, we all got the game big on screen.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, would you like...
Would you like to see the actual game? There we go. This is why we need producer Craig here.
Yeah.
Chat mod Craig is in the text chat there, and Craig couldn't make it today because of the snow.
No, because Derek
because
didn't
he's
bring
not
us-
in our world.
Yes.
Otherwise, he would have been dealing with the transitions for us. But you can blame me. You can blame me for poor transitions. Bazza has sent a poke there.
Showboating.
We are. I like the fact that when you're jumping, though, the stars pass right through you without hurting you.
Yes, well, that's the magic of dancing and jumping.
I'm just doing a lot of jumping.
So you play as Oolong.
Oh.
And you sounds like the T.
Yeah.
You must become.
Well, strangely enough, sorry to interrupt, on ER Kung Fu on the BBC, I don't want to play that one. There was a cheat thing because it was more of a side-scrolling fighting game. You played as Oolong, and you collected tea leaves, and you would refill your tea meter, which you would then press to refill your health meter.
There you go.
Oolong tea. But there was a glitch in the game. And if you press T at any point, whether the tea meter was full or not, it would replenish your health.
Oh, okay, so pretty
This
impossible to lose.
This should actually be a breakdancing game. Look at these moves. Woo!
It's not bad. I'd say it's a bit laggy compared to maybe what we're used to, but is
Well,
that
it
us
is
being
now, yeah.
yeah, but is that us being spoiled?
Well, the control system is a bit more like the IK Plus style control system.
Not as responsive.
You've got
but yes.
you've got up to 16 moves depending on which port. I don't know how many moves you have on the ZX Spectrum. You must become the Grandmaster by defeating 13 opponents, depending on again which port you're playing. You may have more. You may have 13. You may have less opponents. It was the second best-selling game in 1986
Wow.
in UK charts behind Commando.
Oh, interesting.
And let's play guess the score. What do you guys think Crash Magazine rated this out of 100%?
I'll also say though, in this game, the character Fiedel, who was the end of game kind of boss, varied depending on the platform. Fiedel in some would be Oolong repeated multiple times, and in other versions he'd be a tea set.
Oh, wow.
And you would have to punch and kick enough plates and mugs and stuff out the air.
There you go.
That sounds fun.
Mr. Travis Highrise says Karate Champ was so cool in the arcade.
Yeah. They played that in Blood Sports, didn't they, at the beginning?
I would say this was a solid 80%.
There's the guesses. And, well, I'm going to say straight out, Fair Fight, you've got this one right. Crash rated it 92%.
Really?
92 again.
Wow.
I love it, 92.
You guys often play Street Fighter against each other over the net, don't you?
We do.
Is that modern Street Fighter, or are you emulating?
Oh, it's Super Street
Well, it's
Fighter.
Street Fighter 30th Collection on Steam, which
Okay, so the multiplayer
Yes.
function is built in
is built into the...
over the
And
web.
it randomly picks a version of Street Fighter for us to play of like 4 kinds.
Yeah, 2 good ones, 2 weird ones.
That sounds fun.
It is
It's
fun.
really good, really good.
I want to get a proper stick though, because I end up with blisters by using the PS Pad.
Well, you know where you can buy a stick from.
Where?
Monster!
Isn't that fortunate that travelled back in time with us?
MonsterJoysticks.com. It travelled back in time with us. If you need a stick for your retro computer, MonsterJoysticks.com. This is their Mini with genuine Sanwa parts.
Oh, the background's changed, guys.
And I should also say thank you to OneClickPrint.com for all your printing needs. Between Monster and One Click Print, they sponsor the channel along with the patrons over at Patreon. So thank you to everyone who supports the channel and makes it possible for us to sit in this world and play games from 30 years ago.
What I will say about this game is I don't think they were maybe as creative as they could have been with some of the bad guy names. When you have Star, who throws stars, your club who has a club. And I think there's one called Staff or Pole or something.
Pole.
Has a big stick.
You have to beat your pole.
So you're just going for the wiggle in the joystick technique?
No,
there,
I'm just
Gary?
trying to like, because you have to be quite. If you hold this direction, it won't repeat the move. So you have to travel. Travel isn't very good.
Monster Joysticks is in the chat. Monster Joysticks, why not post a link to the Monster Joystick Mini? Ash is not enjoying the talk about Gary's rucksack that's happening in the room.
Hey, what's happening to my rucksack?
Gary's rucksack was full of amazing hardware.
You're progressing through the levels here quite well.
Yeah, I played a lot as a
Fan.
kid.
Oh, fan. I wonder what fan's weapon is.
A fan, maybe, or is it the Tupperware box?
What I will say is, though, unfortunately, along the when he turns away from me, he's supposed to have an arse crack going up his back.
Yes, I saw that. And I chose to ignore it.
There you go. So there's the link from Monster Joysticks. if you want, you know, what I consider to be the best modern joystick for your classic 8-bit micro, 16-bit computer, pretty much any computer going, Monster Joystick have a board to make that joystick compatible. Go and check it out. Click on the link. Stick it in your bookmarks.
Next go on this.
Yes, I'm not. Yeah, I'm done now.
Neil's played very little.
I'm dead now,
Right,
sir.
I'm going to have a go.
Press 5.
Just press 5. You guys manage the chat.
Real.
Just press 1.
Oh, 1 now.
Wrong keyboard.
You could tell the bit wrong. Oh,
not
F4.
do that
Oh,
again.
F4 now.
No, it just takes a while to get going. I think what probably doesn't help though when I'm playing. I keep looking at that screen.
Yeah, don't look at that screen.
No. Makes the lag even worse. I sure when I was playing entirely on that screen.
You definitely wouldn't lose. Well,
That jump kick is the most effective, isn't it? He says as he dies.
I find what works for me is like mixing it up, like the diagonals. Fair fight. MSX is the same as Sharp, so Monster already does one.
So guys, who's got memories of playing this in the arcade? So I remember this machine vividly at the sports centre when I was a kid. They had this arcade machine at the top of the stairs. They had a single lone arcade machine on the plinth at the top of the stairs by the cafeteria, and it would change occasionally. It was this, and then it became Commando, and then Swiv.
Oh,
Swiv
okay.
is so good.
Swiv, I love Swiv.
One of my favourite games to play two-player was PAL, Prisoner of War, Neo Geo game.
played
That was
that
good
one.
fun. Really good chunky graphics.
What was the 2D side-scrolling Swiv? Like the one before?
Silkworm.
Silkworm.
Sorry, it was Silkworm,
Yeah.
not Swiv.
I
Sorry, it was
actually
Silkworm.
preferred Silkworm.
Yeah, Silkworm was so good.
Yeah.
Because you the Jeep and the plane, couldn't you?
Yes.
You could play
Jeep
two
and the
players,
Jeep and the
couldn't you?
helicopter.
You could play two players.
That's
both
right,
at the same
sorry.
time. Very
Yeah.
good. Very good game.
Can somebody have a quick look around for the Div MMCs if you can find it?
Okay. Well, but you
Without-
had it with you just
without
now. It's so weird.
Knocking anything. It's not there at the phone or something, is it, Gary?
I may have walked over to my desk with it and put it over there. Could be anywhere.
Is it? No.
Sorry, not my desk. Derek's desk.
Hang on. It's all falling apart.
Ralph says I played Silkworm on the Amiga. Yeah, I played it on the Amiga. It was a great port on the Amiga.
RST for me, but it's such a good game.
If Andrew has a look, Gary, do you want to keep
Not here.
chatting to the chat room
Yeah.
while I play?
Yep.
It's very hard to play and
Yes, it
chat.
is. Yeah, Silkworm. I played it. Obviously, I had an Atari ST rather than Amiga, so I played Swiv and Silkworm, etc. on the ST, which I really loved. But I, granted the Amiga had better sound, etc. But I think the gameplay was pretty good.
Ah, we found it.
Under the keyboard.
There it is. Thank you, Andrew.
But yeah, there's some games that I loved on my Spectrum, such as Green Beret, and Green Beret, which I really
That was
hated on my Atari ST.
Russian Attack, wasn't it, in the US? Green Beret, was that the one?
I think so, yeah. And also, I can't remember that.
Mission Impossible?
No, it's a side-scrolling game, and it was one of the very first kind of like where
You're shoveling?
where you can
Opening umbrellas?
shoot at all directions. So you would actually
Right.
you'd move it around. I can't remember for the life of me. I can't remember the name of the game. It was a side-scroller, similar to Contra, but arcade first, and then moved on to like the
Impossible
60.
Mission?
No, I'm really annoyed now.
Have another go. We're still at stage 6. I'm really struggling against Fan.
Well, I need to look at the right screen to play this.
No, not Turrican. Like Turrican, but more like at the end of each game, at the end of each level, the end of the game, you choose which family member dies.
Oh, crap.
So you have to
Wow.
slay the family member,
Oh.
but one will always die.
Wow, that's brutal.
Yeah. What was it called?
T-Rex, someone says.
No,
Commando.
no.
Probotector.
No, because it's
Gary made unfortunate decisions,
Um,
computer decisions as a youngster.
my
Specky and
parents
Atari.
chose my computers. They had the money, not I.
That's from Robert Taylor.
As soon as I remember the name of this game, you're going to be like, damn it.
What was your best favourite publisher or developer exclusive to the ZX? Well, Ultimate Play the Game were an awesome developer. They weren't exclusive, were they?
No.
You could buy their games on quite a few platforms. Just glancing over at my Spectrum tapes.
Very much.
Gary, any ZX Spectrum exclusive developers?
Oh, wow, not that I can think of.
I can't think of any
Maybe.
exclusive
No.
developers.
If there are, it's probably someone who just bought out one game once.
And coded in their shed, sort of thing.
BB Fan Fun. I mean, what's your favourite ZX exclusive publisher?
I couldn't find it. That's a good. Kick it down.
Yeah.
Ash wants to know what system the game you're describing
Oh,
was on.
it's on Spectrum, Amiga, Atari ST, Commodore 64, a lot of systems.
all the
Arcade
micros.
Arcade originally. So it's like Pro Protector Grise or Terracan. It's similar to that. It's not right.
How many lives have we got?
I think one more, I think.
I'm on about my 6th go.
Yeah, you get like 6 or 7.
We smashed through quite a few levels. I think we clocked up some extra lives, maybe. Don't forget, Derek is in the chat. Be sure to ask him anything. And yeah, Richard, Ultimate Play the Game is my favourite ZX Spectrum developer, but they're not exclusive to the ZX Spectrum. Stick around, guys. After this game, you're not going to want to miss the next scene. It's a good one.
Midnight Resistance. Thank you, Paul.
Midnight Resistance. That was a good game.
I love
Wasn't that a Jim? Was that a Jim Bagley conversion?
Oh, it might have been actually. The graphical. Yeah. But yeah, amazing on the Spectrum. Hated on the Atari ST. Don't know why. Just it worked on the Spectrum.
Chuck Bleeding Norris says he
Punch through the
hated
Pop-Tarts.
the Ultimate titles. Well, there you go.
Ah, thank you very much, Paul. That was doing my head in.
Oh, so now I wonder what this guy's weapon is.
Oh, he might be.
Sword.
Pogo stick.
What level are we up to?
8.
Oh, he's doing well. Andrew's doing well.
Not.
Oh, he was doing well.
Is there a knack to each enemy, like in Super Punch Out? Like everyone you play,
I
you
think
have to do
so.
something slightly different.
I don't think there's so much AI going on in the bad guys
No.
there.
Okay.
But good fun, not bad.
Not bad.
Should we give our scores?
Let's
now?
give our scores.
7.
I'm going to go 6. I'm not a big fighting game fan. I can understand how that game would have shaped the genre along with Karate Champ, which was taken up a notch again with Street Fighter 2 some years later. Gary? I respect it. I'm going to give it 6.
I'm giving it an 8 because it's one of the games I played a lot as a kid. And so it's got more nostalgic value for me.
Scores in the chat room. Greg says 6 out of 10. Peter 65. Phil 5. Andrew, what was your score?
9.
Yes,
Yeah.
Saxon.
7. The Future was 8-bit. 8 out of 10. Electron Ash, not with lube. I think that's a different conversation he's having there.
Fair fight, only 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10 there.
Fairfight is a fussy kind of guy, though, isn't he?
9 out of 10. Solid 5. 4 out of 10 from Blue Nose. Howard there with a 7.
Yeah, you don't know.
7.5. Rob's going into a
Rob, you
decimal
can't use
place.
floating points.
Oh.
It's a Spectrum.
It's a
for God's
Spectrum,
sake.
yeah. Floating points. You'll crash our PC again.
Okay, you're not going to want to miss the next scene. Before we go to it, we found it.
Yeah.
We found the
keyboard.
Div MMC. This is the Div MMC Future from the
It's a magic
Future
one
was
as well, Neil.
8bit.com. It's a magic one with a slightly... Look at that green screening happening on there. It's being affected by Derek's World. You put this in the back of your ZX Spectrum. You put your SD card in. You put your joystick in. You press the button. And it shows you everything that's on the SD card and it just loads in an instant. No
Beautiful.
more loading times. No plugging your phone in to load from an audio file. It just works, as Apple would say.
That's right.
You're going to win one of these if you stick around to the end of the stream. This is going to go, a brand new one of these is going to go to one of you guys. So stick around. And stick around for this next scene. It's a good one. Are you ready? Are you ready, Gary?
Oh, I'm getting there. I'm a bit nervous.
Let's see if we can escape from Derek's world.
Well done, chaps. That was really good. I'm a bit of a martial arts expert myself. I have an orange belt. And I've never missed an episode of The Master starring Lee Van Cleef. That's my favourite move. That's Tiger Claws. Yeah.
Derek, playing ER Kung Fu has given me an idea. If Gary here challenges you to a fight, do you think we might win our freedom?
A fight? I'll take on anyone. But no hitting in the face. Or in the chest. I've got very soft bones. Let's do this. Tiger claws, tiger claws. Tiger claws.
Gary! You haven't got your headband.
Okay, you see what I'm capable of. You've all been warned. Here, Jamie, did you see what I did there? When Gary wasn't looking, I heroically punched him in the back of the neck.
Craig, we're getting our backsides handed to us here.
We? Guys, there's been a development since we last spoke. I went to do my hair and I got something of a shock when I looked in the mirror. Poking Sir Clive, well, it turned me into Sir Clive.
That's perfect.
How is that in any way perfect?
Don't you see? All we have to do now is get you to eat the curly whirly, and we can find our way back.
He's right. But how are we going to get a curly whirly 30 years into the future? Trevor! No!
Nothing. We're trapped there forever.
You are great, isn't it? And you have over 20,000 ZX Spectrum games to play. Oh, even the text adventures. Anyway, your next challenge. Saber Wolf. Wolf? 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 That game.
Oscar. Oscar. Wow, good fighting there, Gary.
It was.
I tried. Andrew.
Sorry.
Saberwolf. Saberwolf is the next game that Derek has chosen. Let's bring the music back in and let's make sure we're full screen for the gaming. That doesn't look like Saberwolf, does it?
That looks like a
We'll
corrupted
reset
Saberwolf.
it and we'll load it up again.
Howard is crying.
I mean, maybe at the end of the stream you guys should pick which one of us gets the Oscar.
That's right.
Okay, Saberwolf. Where is Saberwolf? There we go.
Put it on the right joystick thing,
So that'll
Gary.
be interface 2.
Gary, hands down.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, I think we've got problems with Saberwolf, you know. Derek,
Hang on, we
what
said it for
happens
Kempston before.
in this
You have
situation?
to switch the ports and we try that.
Okay, switch the port and we'll try it on Kempston.
Okay.
So that's what we did last time.
It wouldn't happen on emulation, would it? What do you want me to go for, sorry? You say
Switch the
again?
joystick port, load it again.
The joystick
Try
We're
port.
going to try it, because I think when we tried it earlier, we tried it on the Kempston interface.
If it doesn't work, we'll pick another game. I'm sure Derek will allow us to.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Kempston try.
Okay. Oop. There you go. Oh, sorry.
Start the game. Cross your fingers. No! Saberwolf! Yeah, it must be the copy protection. Derek! What do we do when the game doesn't work?
Pick something else.
It's a good job we've got some backup games, Derek. They travelled through time with us. I'll tell you what we've got, Derek, and you can tell us what we need to play to pass this next challenge.
Trevor's causing the problem out of spite.
It's
apparently.
Oh.
What have we got here? We've got Jet Set Willy, we've got Lunar Jetman, we've got Manic Miner, Monty on the Run, or we've got Rodman.
Let's have some Jet Set.
How did Rodman come back in time with us? Rodman is a game from 2019.
I don't know about that.
I think it's going to have to be Rodman.
Okay.
I'm cool with that.
Let's go.
It's a great
Go on,
game.
Gary. Shows your Rodman skills.
Oh, no, sorry. Derek
Nope.
said Manic Miner. We'll come back to Rodman.
Yeah,
Oh,
Man
okay.
is good.
Manic Miner.
Derek, I mean, it's Derek who we've got to win
Yeah,
our freedom from.
Derek
That's
is our
right.
boss.
See if this one works. Don't deafen people.
I'm not going to give you the Manic Miner music. Wow, that would really make
on,
your ears
Gary?
bleed.
Wait, I'm playing, mate. I'm already playing.
Ash, that was not your school nickname, Rodman.
Winsome Hacks is saying he would like to. I wouldn't have minded a game of Jetpack actually, but maybe later.
There'll be a chance to play some games later, guys, and also possibly some games of your choice. We'll see what Derek says. It doesn't take too long to download a ZX Spectrum game. We know that.
Oh,
You wouldn't download a house.
You wouldn't download a house.
Well, you would if you could.
yeah, I would.
You wouldn't steal a policeman's helmet.
I would. And then. I love it.
Mark fixes stuff with the sage advice of some Ultimate games don't work in 1 to 8K mode, which is what you're in, which you can tell. I think you saw the Amstrad ROM there when we
Shall we give it
booted
another
up.
go? or
Thing
shall
is,
we go?
we tested it earlier and it worked, didn't it?
Go in the other
That's
mode
the
then.
strange thing. No, I haven't changed the dip switches. So
Very
it could
strange.
be dodgy. But we've got Manic Miner. What model are you playing on? We're playing on a ZX Spectrum Omni, which we can change the model. You need the out command. Well, let's play a bit of this, Mark, and if you happen to want to guide us through how to do that, because I know you're familiar with the Omni, then we can do that, and we can have a bit of Saber Wilf.
Piracy is a crime. Oh, sorry, piracy is theft. Theft is a crime. That is a fact. F-A-C-T.
I like.
Then block you later, then throw up in that helmet. You know what I'm talking about. We won't talk about what happens next to the helmet.
No.
EV opinion. That's a good question. If you were really stuck here, what do you mean if we were really... We are really stuck here.
We are.
We're really stuck in this world, and you could only play one game forevermore. What game would we each choose?
Oh, Fairfight's asking who else is waiting for the Spectrum next. Well, I guess everyone else who pre-ordered one.
Spectrum Next. That's a question you've got to think about. What game would you play if you had to play a game forever from 1984? Spectrum Next. Where are we with the Spectrum Next? I know the dev kits went out. I don't think the final thing's out. Can someone tell us where we are with
Well,
the
you
ZX
saw it
Spectrum
like a
Next?
laptop type prototype, didn't you?
We met Jim Bagley, who's part of the team in Blackpool, and some of the other team, and they had a really cool 3D printed portable ZX Spectrum Next handheld, which is really cool. So, you know, the thing is practically finished. I think it's just final touches and case design that they're finishing up.
My answer to your game question would be Renegade, I think.
Renegade, you play Renegade forever.
Better, again, another one better on Spectrum than Tower ST.
Which was the dreadful Renegade where they went back in time? Was that Renegade 3?
Oh, 3 was
Yeah.
awful.
Disgusting.
Oh, would you play Dragon Ninja or Bad Dudes?
I wouldn't want to
Oh,
save
yeah.
the president.
No.
Double Dragon, I'm very partial to.
Double Dragon's okay.
Chuck Bleeding Norris says the keyboard is in the final stages on the ZX Spectrum Next. So, yeah, I'm really interested to see what happens with the Spectrum Next. Zadster heard it's coming out in Q2.
Oh, I've got some bit of love for Target Renegade there.
Oh, Tiger Renegade's so good.
Good evening, Dozer Duncan. This level looks like Chucky Egg, says Howard. How many ciders have you had, Howard?
Not enough yet.
This is Minor Willy.
Is the president...
What is his name?
It is Minor Willy, yes. Did you play a lot with Minor Willy in the 80s?
I played a lot. No, I didn't
No,
actually.
no, now then.
In the 80s, I was probably pre-teen, so no.
Was Chucky Egg released after this? Chucky Egg was
You were.
83, I think we said earlier, 1983, by Mr. Alderton. What year was Manic Miner? I think this was 84. I don't know.
It's all a blur.
Minor Willie equals ban. Would you like a little bit of the audio? I don't think the music plays during the game.
It
Rob,
does. It
Rob
plays
makes a good
non-stop.
Rob makes a good point there, though. The Spectrum Neck's interesting because he'd like to see if it creates a new demo scene.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I thought you could press M to stop the music.
Maybe
There you go. Enter.
Could have killed me.
Yeah, you just press enter to stop the music. So we'll have a little bit of that, a little bit of our own music. There we go. Oh, it's like ASMR Manic Miner.
Oh no, I messed up again.
We're in the mix. DJ Slopes will be proud of us here.
He would be. Oh, Mac 84, come on. Music sounds like a bunch of bugs.
Don't make us turn the music back on.
I can't figure this one out, this level. I can't remember how to do it. It's all about timing, I think, but I can't do it. Can he do it, Captain?
Winsome Hack says retro stuff has a real future. We're almost at the point where old hardware can be custom made at a price that even one person can afford. Yeah, I mean, it's all coming together, isn't it? Where you can make small batches of self-designed tech based on those original boards. I know Rob Taylor, who is in the chat, is... Oh, God, let's turn that music down now. Rob Taylor, who is in the chat, is currently reverse designing the Amiga 500 or 500 Plus. I can't remember which one it is, so that he can produce new boards. Somebody did the Amiga 1200 not so long ago. And yeah, you can either buy them in small batches with your friends, or people... I think Rob is putting his out for free for anyone else to get. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rob. So it's very easy to just get hold of them, get a company from China to print that board for you, and you've effectively got a brand new retro computer at not a super cheap price, but an affordable price if it's something that you really want to spend your money on.
I'm looking at the wrong screen again.
Yeah, don't look at that one.
I think the game's really unresponsive.
Not that bad.
I did a miracle by actually doing as well as I am, aren't I? Going on the wrong screen.
The game really frustrates Gregster. Digital Dunk says it's the lack of air control that makes this game difficult. Yeah, once you've jumped.
You jumped.
That's it.
You got to commit in this.
I'm going to have a quick go.
If you can get past level 3, then you are the champ.
Excuse me. You guys are on chat duty.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'd love to have a new Amiga, says Crispy. So would I.
Electron Ash, you need to at some point grab me and tell me all about the wonder that is having a mister. Because I don't
Pardon?
understand it and I don't get it.
Asking Ash what type of a mister?
He knows what I mean. Ash knows what I mean.
Oh, right.
That was a terrible jump from me there.
Derek Findas. Yes, you are making us suffer, as Craig is saying. It's, I couldn't keep up with one. One video game happened.
Derek or Chatmod Craig, please do keep posting Derek's channel link. Make sure you sub to Derek.
Everybody sub to Derek.
If you sub enough, he might let us go.
Yes.
Because I'm not a fan of this. I never really... I know it was a ground-baking game.
Ground-baking game.
Baking game.
It is awesome.
It is, I suppose, awesome.
I prefer Jet Set Willy. Oh. You go all the way back to the start.
Yeah, this
this
level's
is
easy,
just the
though.
first level.
But in fairness, like this game, once you learn the level, you know it. You can do it.
How much replay value has it really got?
Okay, Tim, that's good. I will come around your house.
I enjoyed the video.
Didn't even get past the first level.
I'm the winner of that one. Then.
That's the thing. I would say on this game, it's an interesting puzzle game, but how much replay value has it really got?
You've got to think about this game in the context of the time it came out.
Yeah.
It may have been the only game you had. It may have been the only game you bought that month.
I think it would. Get
You would have put a lot more time into it than we've just.
I think you
put
would.
into it.
Yeah. I think once you
83.
beat it, I think it'd take a long time, wouldn't it, to
Your ratings, please, in the chat for Manic Miner.
And what I would say, sorry to interrupt, Neil, is just reminded me, Matthew Smith will be appearing. The recluse Matthew Smith will be appearing at Play Expo Manchester.
Yes, so I
There
heard.
you go. Matthew Smith, the man or boy at the time who programmed this game, He's been off the scene for years. He vanished to Holland, wasn't it? There's
to
lots
a
of
commune, I
theories about what happened to him.
I think Derek took him.
Derek, did you kidnap Matthew for years?
But Matthew Smith is back. He appeared on a video which was produced by Elite, the old publisher Elite, some years ago. So he made an appearance, and now he's going to come to Play Expo Manchester. It'll be interesting to hear his story.
Absolutely.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
So Neil, what are you going to give it?
I'm going to give it I'm going to give this a 7. I would give Jet Set Willy an 8.
Okay.
I think I'd give this... It's hard to say. I think back in the day, I would have said this was a 9.
Yeah.
But maybe with modern eyes, I don't know how it holds up.
All right.
So maybe a 6.
I'm going to give it a 9. It's
Um,
just got too much nostalgic value for me.
I'm trying to remember what computer he programmed it on, because he had the computer and then he made up a wire to go into the back of the ZX
Was it an
Spectrum.
Amstrad?
It wasn't an Amstrad.
No.
That was the I want to say the Chuckle Brothers.
Oliver Brothers.
The Oliver twins
yeah.
who used Amstrads.
They were very good developers for the time.
And that was good because that meant all of their games, there was a good version of it on the Amstrad, not
So,
a
what
shoddy
was that Atari
port.
100? Was it or BBC?
No, a TRS-80. Thank you, Christio. He had a TRS-80, and you often see a picture of him with his wild hair,
Yes,
sat at his
yes.
TRS-80 and his big woolly jumper.
And hello to Retro Gaming Denmark, saying hello from Denmark.
Hello, Denmark.
Can we have your score, please?
Your scores, please, Denmark, for Euro. No, this is not Eurovision.
I think this game will always hold a place in Specky owners' hearts.
Yeah. Good. Well, thank you for your scores. A lot of you not that impressed. I think there's a divide there between those who have played it and those who have just witnessed it. And I think those who have just watched us play it very badly are giving it lower scores than those who have experienced it for themselves, perhaps.
It's worth a play. If you haven't played it, I would recommend playing it. Just, having a little, 5 minutes of fun.
Yeah. Okay, well, that was supposed to be Sabre Wolf, but it was Manic Miner.
I forgot about Sabre.
Right, well.
Please ignore any...
Derek, I hope that was good enough for you. And I hope maybe we've earned our freedom. Maybe we've sneakily found our way out, as we've been doing in the previous scenes. Let's find out. Derek, are we free?
Well, guys, I did my best, but thanks to Trevor, we failed. It was good knowing you and all that, but you're not going to get back. Wait, hang on a minute, guys.
C'est moi, Trevor. Je suis un organisme cybernétique, de la chair vivante sur un endosquelette de métal.
You're a joystick.
Je ne suis pas ici pour vous tuer, Sir Clive, mais ceci pourrait. C'est un curly-wurly de 34 ans d'âge que vous devrez manger pour sauver vos amis des mains de Derek Findas. Mangez-le.
I'm sensing a disturbance in the time field, whatever that is. What are you lot up to? You did it. You actually figured a way out of the tape. Well done you. From the way you dressed, I just didn't think you had it in you. But you did it. One more thing though. Get your viewers to choose the final game to review. Once it's played and reviewed, up to my standards of course, you can have your freedom. But no text adventures, they're rubbish. Jamie, have you seen them? They're hilarious. They all look... What's on?
Oh! Deafened people.
Well,
Yes.
we've kind of found our own way out.
Yes.
But we haven't gone through the portal yet.
Take that, Findas.
Take that, Findas. The door is open.
Yes.
But we're going to play your game. We're going to play your game a little bit more. And that's because he's told us to take viewers' requests. So what's going to happen here is these guys are going to entertain you while I take the memory card, stick a game on it, unless you want a game that's already on there.
Rodman.
These guys are going to play Rodman while I put the game of your
Yes, let's do
choice.
that.
How can we?
No, we can't.
Richard, that's a good.
Yes.
That's a good amount, Richard. $1.99, the price of all
brilliant.
classic
Yeah.
Master
Question, how
Connect
can we play
games.
Rodman if you're taking the SD card out where Rodman's on it?
Because it will stay in memory.
Oh, that's clever.
That's the theory. We'll find out if that
yes.
theory
Let's
works.
see if everything, the whole system implodes.
And if it all goes wrong,
So everyone in the chat, please put in your request for the ZX Spectrum game that you would like us to play. Pong will not be accepted as a choice, Jamie Phillips.
oh, and do we need Derek to start thinking about who the winner might be?
Oh yeah.
Who's going to pick the game that we play?
Derek as well, I think.
Derek can pick it from the
Okay.
suggestions in the chat.
Derek, please let some more suggestions come into the chat, and then Derek, you pick what we'll play next.
Tracy's extremely good work. Not that I'm going to swear the judges.
And it's got to be something we haven't played tonight as well.
Yes,
Yeah. And we'll put Rodman on while we decide.
Bandersnatch would be a good one, but the game was never actually finished on the Spectrum, was it?
Chaos is mate. I love Chaos. That's a Julian Gollop game. Very good. Same guy who did UFO in that.
So this is a 2018 ZX Spectrum game, Rodman. It features, notice the blue character there named Dirty Tim. That is a direct reference. Have a beer. Thank you, Howard.
Half a beer.
Dirty Tim is a direct reference to The Future Was 8-Bit. The chap speaking there is called Tim. He publishes this game, and that is him. He is Dirty Tim. We've also got Teflon Timmy, Spurious Pete, and Naughty Nick. Has Derek picked a game?
He did. He said River Raid.
River Raid.
Yes, good choice.
And do we know who suggested River Raid? Because Derek's not allowed to suggest this game. It had to be from the chat. Airwolf, that's a painful game to play.
Yeah.
In fact, let's pick 3 games for us, Derek. Is that all right? 3
I think
games?
3.
And I'll put them all on the memory card at the same time.
Super Robin Hood's a very good game. Right?
So, Derek, 3 games, please, sir. The Codemasters CD.
There's enough people saying Airwolf, though.
Oh,
Well,
but let's ignore it.
Let's ignore the viewers.
Thank you, Trevor. Retro Baz River Raid is on the list.
I love River Raid.
Write this down. Derek, I honestly wasn't watching Juliet Bravo. Okay, River Raid, Airwolf, Airwolf, and one more game, please.
What? Feed a Sane Pet is on the list there.
That must be the
EastEnders.
He means the.
Is
the
this-
old game.
There must be an EastEnders game.
Jetpack. That's a good choice.
And Baz has immediately put Jetpack. So River Raid, Airwolf, Jetpack. I'm going to go and put those on the memory card. While these guys, let's take the card out
Yeah,
and
see if
see
it crashes.
if the Div MMC continues to work without the memory
You
card.
just had a new patron as well. Look at that.
Oh, thank you, Andreas, for becoming a patron, an official cave dweller. Oh no, it went to the next level. I thought it crashed
No,
there.
it's all good.
Oh, and another patron.
And Matt, thank you for becoming a patron.
Wonderful.
Yeah, the official cave dwellers. If you want to support the channel, patreon.com/retromancave. Oh wow, Lieutenant Law, thank you everyone for your patronage. Either something has just broken on my alert box, or you guys are being really kind. So thank you guys, I really appreciate it. Blimey,
What's going on? What? Goodness.
that can't be right.
You'll need to rectify this when you go to your PC. It's wonderful news.
I'm going to go and check
Oh,
this.
what's looking at that? I died.
I think I'm going to check this. I think something's broken.
Yeah.
Surely not.
Either that
Surely
or
not.
we've got a lot of new patrons. Don't copy that SD card, says that.
River Raid, Airwolf. I think something's broken
Yeah,
here.
I do.
Jetpack.
Not to say that the
Back
patrons aren't much appreciated, even if they are existing alerts.
Oh. It's really hard, but it's really good. I just like it. It's so hard.
So R-Type. Oh, I don't think... Hungry Horace, Bomb Jack, Laser Squad. These are all great game choices, guys.
Laser Squad is too in depth, but
Yeah.
it's a fantastic game.
Right. So, yeah, it looks like something is broken. One of the patrons has confirmed. That was ages ago they subscribed. But either way, much appreciated.
Okay.
School Days. Now, that's a great game.
Yeah, School Day is amazing.
Which was School Days first or Back
Yeah,
to School?
back to school.
That's right.
So back to school and introduce the Guild School.
Did
Which I
it?
spent all my time in.
Unlike real life.
Yeah.
If you're interested, there is a mod of Airwolf with better graphics and Airwolf music. That's of the TV show. I was a big Airwolf fan. Jan Michael Vincent was just awesome. Starquake.
Starquake is a good game.
All right. Retro Gaming Time Out. Can we introduce ourselves again? Okay. I'm Andrew. This is.
I'm Gary. Hello.
And Neil is
The boss.
the boss. The Retro Man Cave himself is currently putting some more games on the SD card.
So I'm playing Rodman.
He's
terribly.
nipped through the portal door, back to the cave, to load games on the SD card. And he's going to come back in time to Derek's world, because currently we have a big portal just over to our side, about there, that we can go through to return to 2019.
But we want to play some
And of course, sorry Derek, mustn't forget, the amazing Derek Findas, who has trapped us in this strange world of 1984, where it's not quite all George Orwell, but pot noodles still had MSG and salt in them.
Let's play strip poker. Yes.
Ghostbusters 2, the worst movie. Yes.
This movie franchise. I
I
love
don't-
the original Ghostbusters. I have to
Ghostbusters 2, though,
Yeah.
was the Oliver Twins.
say. I don't know.
They did it in record time.
Wow.
But it was literally a get it
It
out the
wasn't
door.
great,
It was a
no.
get it out the door
Yeah.
kind of job.
Graphically, it's pretty good on the Atari ST Amiga, I thought.
Paradroid,
Paradroid's pretty good. Isn't it?
Jumping Jack.
I think we got a
Sure, let's go through some of the ones here. The guys are saying here. Head Over Heels. Now that was a great game.
I'm rubbish at that.
Oh yeah, I liked Head Over Heels. Do you remember there was a Batman game?
Yeah,
Head Over
Batman
Heels?
was fantastic. That was amazing adventure game. I always preferred the comic book one.
You've got.
I'm back. I just had a message from Ryan to say Patreon has had payout issues. So I think Patreon is just sort of coming back up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hide those alerts.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
But if you saw your name come up, just an extra thank you for being a patron. I really do appreciate your support, guys. Thank you.
Bomb Jack. Squidge. Oh, don't say Squidge.
Don't want to say Squidge.
Do you guys have YouTube channels and had fun? I don't currently have. Well, I have one, but it's not public yet. It's to be announced in the future. And Gary's much in the same position as
I
me.
don't have one. I just invade nil.
We invade and appear on other people's channels at present. But we will.
What Gary does have is a retro road trip video where we go to his house and we look at his enviable retro computer collection. So you'll find that on my channel. Look for retro road trip. Is it just Gary's
I
house?
think it might be. It's the very first one.
Yeah,
the first
just do a
retro
search
road
for
trip.
retro road trips. Maybe Chatmod Craig can put a link in the chat to the trip to Gary's house. You can bookmark that and you can see his amazing collection of retro computers.
Derek, would your wife be up for allowing Neil to do a retro road trip, or would you have to walk on the the polythene carpet up the middle of the hallway? Take your shoes off at the door as well.
I'd be interested to know if Derek collects anything.
Oh, geez.
Derek, do you have a collection of anything? Maybe someone in the chat can help you to complete your collection.
Or commemorative plates, I believe.
Yes, he did mention commemorative plates. And remember, stick around, guys. There is going to be the chance to win the Div MMC Future at the end of the stream here. One of you is going to get free Div MMC Future from
Tim's saying
the
you can
Future
drop
is 8-bit.
bombs over and over.
Oh, I forgot you could do that. Thanks, Tim.
Derek says, no, I'm normal.
No, I'm normal.
I was
Ooh.
playing it like Pac-Man.
I think Derek was trying to collect us, if I'm honest.
I completely
so.
forgot about that.
Oh, so this is like Pac-Man and Bomberman.
Yeah, I completely forgot you could drop bombs.
Electron Ash
Idiot.
quoting Egon, I collect spores, molds and fungus.
Oh, Trevor's giving abuse to Chatmod Craig. It's all going on in there.
Trevor.
Sam Fox Strip Poker. Daily Thompson's Decathlon. I value my joysticks,
Yeah.
PJL. I value my
I
joysticks.
don't think that's particularly in the best of shapes, this one.
So yeah, this is a new game, Rodman,
So good.
the end of 2018. It's on pretty much every format going. You can even get it on the Big 20. Sanction, you can tell us what formats is this game available on?
Derek says, if collecting people in my world counts, then yeah, I suppose I am. Have you got Gary Coleman?
Gary Coleman. We got Sandy Tostvix, whoever her name is.
Sandy Tuxford.
Sandy Togswick making sandwiches in the number 73 house.
Right, I've got your game choices on an SD card, so I'm just waiting for Sanction, if he's still there, to tell us what format this is on, what formats this is available on, where we can get it, and
I'm
then
very partial to the.
we will. What should we go for? River Raid, Airwolf, or Jetpack first?
River Raid, please.
River Raid. What you talking about, Willis?
Yes.
Says Electronash.
The Vic 20 version is really good.
He has Gary Coleman and Sandy Togswick prisoner, and they paint his shed. It must be a very short, low-down shed, or do they stand on each other's shoulders in kind of a comedy arrangement?
There you go. This game is on the Auric, MSX, Spec EC64, C16, Atari, and Amstrad. I don't.
Right, I'm dead now, by the way. So. I got the second level. Way.
Right, let's put the SD card in, and let's play your suggestions. See if we can play them before we step through the portal, because we've outfoxed Derek. But it's not the last you'll see of him tonight. And the Vic 20. I played it on the Vic 20. Rodman is really impressive to see on a Vic 20.
Yeah, very
actually.
good.
Derek could only afford one set of overalls, so they have to share.
Derek, are you wearing your video shorts? Anyone who's watched Derek's channel will know about his video shorts.
People are saying Gary Coleman's dead. That's what Derek wants people to think.
We've got
a Cullen Main War.
Yeah. Okay. Airwolf, Jetpack, or River Raid?
Do in order.
Yeah, River Raid.
Yeah.
I love this game. I love this game.
Oh, Gary's grabbed the joystick. There you go.
I want to speak to your mum. I want to go on the games, Gary.
This is so good.
Gary's mum. Gary's hogging all the games. He won't let us all have a go.
I didn't like multiplayer.
Let's see if we've got some game audio. We've got some peeps. We've got some.
Peeps, nice.
We've got some crunches.
There's no colour clash evident in this one at all.
There is, if you look at.
No.
Oh, he's being so
Authentic aeroplane sounds, I think.
bad. Oh, I've got you to do.
Yeah, that's enough of that.
Yeah. This is Spy Hunter.
Someone said
Spy Hunter was a
there.
great game.
Spy Hunter was brilliant.
I never played it on the ZX Spectrum. I loved the steering wheel in the
Yeah,
arcade. It
yeah.
was like
I loved
Knight
Spy
Rider
Hunter in the
steering
arcade,
wheel.
except the one at Play Expo London. There was a fault with the accelerator on it.
Oh no.
And as soon as you sat down and started the game, you touched the accelerator slightly. It was like you pushed it beyond it where it should go.
Oh, jeez.
Right.
And the car accelerated to this insane speed. It would just go
Oh, wow, so-
off the top of the screen.
So the game actually registered. The pedal had gone too far. Wow.
Yeah.
There was no capping involved.
Yeah, and if you were really good, like really accurate, you could get into the water, couldn't you, and turn into a boat.
I loved Spy Hunter.
Yeah, very good game.
They were making a film of it and it got scrapped.
Oh yes, I saw that.
It was going to star Dwayne The Rock Johnson as the protagonist.
Oh, in the modern day.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, The Rock is in everything now, isn't he?
He does seem to be.
Everyone likes The Rock,
Yeah,
though.
he's very likable.
I saw the trailer for the Fast and Furious spin-off. It's Hobbs and something.
That's
with
the one.
Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's just another rock film.
Yeah, exactly. It looks fun.
Skyscraper was brilliant, I thought.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I thought it was great stuff. Good
Oh,
fun.
JJXB RIP Checkers.
Yeah, R.I.P. Cheggers. I think my favourite rock film is The Other Guys.
Oh,
that's,
yeah, that's good.
Aim for the bushes.
He's not any lot though.
No,
He's
he's
seeing
not.
Wine Spark into the jungle.
Have you Seen the new Jumanji?
Yeah, oh, that's very
It's
good.
alright.
actually.
It's alright. It's just another.
Hobbs and Shaw.
It's just fun.
The new Baywatch with the Rocky.
Actually,
Hilarious.
that
It's
So
a bad film, but it's
yes.
hysterically
It's
funny.
been in so much now, it's hard to remember.
Is this the least efficient plane ever made?
Why?
So much
because of
fuel needed.
usage, yeah. You have to keep an eye on that gauge.
Yeah.
The problem we've got here is Guy's played these games so much, he's just been on them forever. He loves them.
All of them. I didn't like that Bugaboo Flea.
Bugaboo the Flea wasn't very good at all.
But it was arcade quality action. Crash
Was.
Magazine said.
Yeah, well, Crash. Never lied.
Rampage. I've not watched the film Rampage.
I like that. That was good.
Is it possible to lose a life with this game? Well,
Gary's
I think
just
Gary's
very
playing
good
it
at
quite
it.
well actually.
Careful.
Harrier Attack. That was my favourite 8-bit fight game. That was a side scroller. It came with the Amstrad actually.
I remember on the
An
B by the
Amsoft.
Harrier.
No, it was a Durell title, not Amsoft.
On the B by the Harrier game, it was a proper flight sim. And it was a real pain to get the Harrier to land, to take off and then land it. And it was.
On the 8-bits, you were basically playing flight sims with instruments only. There was no 3D world or very limited 3D world. It was instrument flying.
Tech Ralph says Gary is a legend.
Gary's a legend. He is. He should have been a fighter pilot. Go on then. Keep an eye on the chat while I show you how this is done. Oh wow, this is hard to control. I'm dead. It's because I'm looking at the stream.
I know, I keep looking at the
OBS.
wrong one.
There's
You're thinking it's
there
really
we go.
laggy, isn't it, when
Yeah.
you're playing it?
Concentrate on fuel.
Right, so just
don't shoot the
you
fuel.
can shoot the fuel. Wow.
Shoplifter,
Oh, like that.
Ferdinand.
Collect the fuel. Do not
Right,
shoot the
collect
fuel. For instance, the Star is a brilliant Commando style game. I used to like that a lot.
Did you ever, in the 8-bit era, go to a shop, pick a game, come back, and then realise you accidentally bought a text adventure?
No, because I love text adventures.
Okay.
Yeah, I love text. That's what I played the most.
Well, we should have put Never Ending Story
I
on
didn't
for
like
you.
that one.
Because Neil can say he used to fancy the childlike Empress, but in his defence, he was a
I
child.
was a child.
Yeah. Not now you watch it thinking, oh, jeez.
Hello.
That would be wrong.
But yeah, no, I used to like Sea-based Delta. I used to like a lot, but loads of text adventures.
Signal of Roland on the Ropes and Valhalla.
Valhalla's a good adventure. Yeah.
Was Roland on the Ropes ever on the Spectrum? Because that was an Amsoft packing with the
It was on the
Amstrad.
Spectrum, Roland. Yes.
It was it? Was it called Roland on the Ropes?
It
or
was
did it have
called
his?
Roland on the Ropes.
Because it was a Spanish game originally, wasn't it?
It was called Roland on the Ropes. Yeah.
Yeah, this is alright.
Yeah, I like this game a lot.
I could get into this. Other levels, they're not randomly generated, the rivers,
Oh, I
are they?
don't know. Sometimes I think it might be, but I don't know.
No, we didn't really have procedurally generated games, or did we?
No.
Oh, just making that turn.
That slice of pizza, a seashell, or an ice cream cone?
I think it's a rock formation.
Oh.
Trapdoor's very, very good
Guest
game.
featuring
Fair
this in
play.
the 800XL.
I watched Trapdoor Episode 1 on, I think it was on Amazon Prime.
Man, how did it hold up?
Actually quite well.
Oh, good.
Yeah. They're really short, so you
Yeah.
can watch them really quickly. Yeah, it's funny.
We're watching Voltron at the moment.
Voltron?
Yeah, which is on Netflix. All seasons started. I'm liking it a lot. Voltron.
Are you?
Yeah. So it's very much like Transformers. Where they
Christian.
join together and
It's a
that.
bit Power Rangery as well, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm really enjoying it.
Sentinel. Oh, that was a tough game.
Nightmare. is
Hello,
still
ZX
good.
Renew. Sentinel was a procedurally generated game, says Christian. I've got that behind me. I'll grab it in a second.
Is that a copy of Sentinel with the... Sorry, you mean back in the cave, Neil, not behind you?
It came through time with us.
Oh, right,
Let
okay.
me grab it.
Is that the one... Has it got the competition stuff on that one?
Oh no, I'm sorry, it's Archipelagos. I was thinking of a completely different game.
No.
Archipelagos is a kind of similar style, but oh yeah,
Question
question
from Denmark.
Hello Denmark, question to the chat. Procedurally generated games, what's the earliest one you can think of?
Elite.
That wasn't, well, it wasn't random. It used a seed to procedurally generate it, but it was the same universe for everyone, wasn't it? So
Still an
yeah,
incredible
it
achievement.
works. Yeah. Yeah, Blockulator says the same. It's procedural but not random.
Yeah.
Rogue. I'm not familiar
Of
with a
course.
Rogue.
It's hack. That's hack.
Sentinel was the very strange game. It was about not being
You know,
seen by the Sentinel.
That's right, the Eye.
That's it.
It's good. Once you've worked out how to play it, it was a really good game.
But it was released by BT-owned Firebird Software.
Yeah.
And it was a game with a prize in it, because I remember we had an edition, and it had like a form you'd fill in, and you get a code when you completed the game, and you could enter.
Oh, okay.
And then you cash prize.
ZX Renew puts a really good suggestion up there. Mike Singleton's Lords of Midnight.
Yeah, great game. Great game.
Okay, should we try Airwolf? I'll play some.
we should.
I'll play some.
You play
Airwolf.
Airwolf, sir.
I'll try
Show
anyway.
us how it's done.
Well, yeah, badly.
3D Monster Maze Adventure Rescue on Fractalus.
I'm not sure.
It was
haven't played
fractal. It was a fractal scenery. I don't know if you've seen Rescue on Fractalus. Somebody has put a video up on YouTube where they've put an accelerator in. Was it an Atari 800? Was it? Was it the Apple? Apple
sure.
II? I think it was on the Apple II. They put an accelerator in it, and it flies. Like the game is this incredibly smooth fractal scenery on an Apple II. You have to see it to believe it. Right, next game.
Airwolf, please.
Bring on the wolf.
I'm going to take the mute. Right, there's got to be Airwolf music, right?
Not apparently.
There's not.
We'll try it. See what music it comes up with.
That's the best thing about Airwolf. Right, let's see if we've got music.
Graphics is quite nice actually on the touchscreen.
Sylvester Levy.
Join in, Gary.
don't know it, to
You
be
got
fair.
You're all singing along at home, I know.
I know this bit.
That's right, actually. That's how it goes. It goes higher.
Mr. Travis has made a patch which adds the Airwolf music, so we.
Thank you,
That's
Mr.
how we
Travis.
did it. There you go. Oh no, not an elite game, says ZX Renew.
It's not, I was reading that. The font is so bad where it says Cetus Chat.
Right, do you have to use your keyboard or can you use
Oh, if it's
stick?
keyboard you're playing, so I'll unplug the blooming
Press the
thing.
fire buttons.
Zed says play The Last Ninja 2. That
Oh,
is an excellent game in my opinion on the ZX Spectrum. It's
Oh,
it's the first platform
it's-
that I played The Last Ninja
Oh, it's the
2
wrong
on.
key.
It was in black and white
Yeah,
on the
the-
Spectrum, and I thought it was a quality port.
This is awful. This is not the adventures of Stringfellow Hawk and Dominic Santini I remember.
oh, we should have played Asian X so I can complete that.
I think even if we did play the Airwolf cover on Spotify, we'd probably get a copyright strike. We'll probably get one for our amazing singing, because that was a cover of sorts, wasn't it?
It was
If we get a
awful.
copyright strike for that, I will actually be impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have the money.
Yeah.
You can have the 50p of YouTube revenue.
Oh, I don't like this. It's
I
not.
don't like it. It's not very good.
It doesn't look like Airwolf,
No,
the
it's not
helicopter.
Airwolf. It's not black. It's white.
Well, no, Airwolf was black and white. I don't like it because it's just.
The music to Street Hawk was good. I mean, all
The
those
music
all
to
those
Street
games.
Hawk.
Street Hawk, Airwolf, Knight Rider.
The music to Street
Um,
Hawk was a track by Tangerine Dream called La Park from the same album.
There you go.
Oh. So was there there was never like a skateboarding type spin-off show, was there?
There was a skateboarding movie called Gleaming the Cube with Christian Slater, where Christian Slater had to investigate his adopted Asian brother's murder.
There you go.
And this game is awful. I just keep firing at these things and I can't help but feel like I should have another weapon or something, or
What about a penny farthing spin-off?
like a penny farthing, fighting crime on a penny
Yeah.
farthing. Well, strangely enough, there you go, I didn't put that.
Okay.
Strangely enough, if you're looking for a game for fighting crime on a penny farthing, there was a children's BBC drama in the 80s
No.
called The Baker Street Kids.
Wow.
About Sherlock Holmes' Baker Street irregulars solving crimes on the side of Sherlock Holmes.
Well, that's insane.
Of course they did. Guys, we've taken. Hello, Dustin. Good to see you here. We've taken requests for games, so we're just working through the requests, and then we're going to step through the portal and hopefully make our way back to the present day and give away the MMC. Why is it so bad on here? What do you mean, EV Opinion? Somebody said Gleaming the Cube.
Gleaming the Cube, from what I'm on about. The skateboard movie with Christian Slater.
Ah, okay.
I need to watch that.
Airwolf. the game is as interesting as Blue Thunder the film.
Try Blue Thunder the series.
Oh.
I liked Chips from that era.
Dun,
Chips.
dun, dun, dun. The guitar, the whacker guitar at the start.
That was the American motorcycle cop.
Yeah.
Right, I got this.
That was good.
I got this. I just want to get past this one screen.
I know, I can't do it. As soon as you shoot them.
I got it.
No, look, see, as soon as you shoot them.
How do you get past this?
So you got to be very quick, I think.
You have to press the fire really quick.
I got this.
You got it, have you? Go on now.
Oh,
do you remember? Okay, guys, do you remember Automan?
I remember Automan.
I don't remember Automan.
No, I remember Automan. Automan was a holographic computer-generated crime fighter, and he could only appear at night to start off with because of the power required to create him. The guy creating him was called Walter Nebeker.
Right.
The character was, and he was a police computer expert because he was too rubbish to be a beat cop. And he used to have a sidekick called Cursor. He was a little cursor who could fly around, and he could also transform into the auto chopper and the auto car and other bits of equipment. See, I remember all this. And there are only 13 episodes of it.
Derek, we want to stay here. Send Andrew home.
Derek, can I stay in the 80s, please, and watch Automan with you?
Right, we're going to leave Andrew behind.
Oh, we're talking about Manimal now. I'm not even going to talk about Manimal.
Right. Any tips on playing this? Well,
don't play it because it's horrendous. I don't understand it. I just don't.
Right, so we've got to get through this, right?
Yeah.
Any tips in the chat? How do we get through this? Do we just shoot?
Yeah, but the trouble is you have to, like, to shoot straight, you have to, like, press up and fire very quick. It's weird.
Here we go. The mod I made makes the graphics proper and timing off makes the game a lot easier. Yeah. So maybe we'll try
the hero we need.
Yes. Try your mod. With great skill and agility.
I'm lacking in both.
Oh dear.
We've nearly got that.
Future is 8-bit. Tip is.
Oh, if you like fire when you're going down,
Alright.
shoot up.
Push up and fire 5 times. No, press it quickly, I think.
You can't, it's wouldn't you?
Okay, so up and fire, shoot straight.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, but I was running
Manimal. Oh, here we go.
Quantum Leap was a bit later, wasn't it?
Yeah. Greatest American Hero, another show I remember. Greatest American Hero was about a school teacher who got left a superhero, Superman type suit by aliens in the desert because they felt the planet needed improving.
Didn't know this.
And he lost the manual for it. So much hilarity ensued.
He lost the manual for the planet?
No, for the suit.
Oh.
They left him like a Superman suit, and when he wore it, he would have like Superman type, basically the powers of Superman. But he lost the manual in the desert.
Yes! He lost the manual for the suit.
Three times.
What is this? What?
You're doing it, you're doing it!
Yeah, but what am I doing?
I don't know, kill that.
Sledgehammer.
Oh, maybe you have to do that right and then down quickly.
Oh, Ash, I don't know about Littlest Hobo.
Quick.
Keeps on calling me. Right, you think I can beat it?
I think...
I like this one.
No,
I
go
love
left and then go to the bottom and then...
Cara Van Park says, I love this episode of Airwolf with the recurring blue wall.
Yes. We all remember.
But I think we can all agree, from those of us who watched Airwolf, it's better than any episode in season 4.
Right, enough of Airwolf. Let's go to one last game before we give away the Div MMC.
We need Derek to pick.
Stick around for that, and we escape hopefully through the portal. Jetpack. That would have been an anticlimax if it didn't load then.
Yeah.
It would be.
Let's put it on
joystick. I love this game.
Yeah, you play
right,
it.
you guys chat.
Oh, Neil.
I'm not saying I'm good at it.
Oh, they're asking for us score reviews on Airwolf.
One.
One.
It would have got a 2 if it had the theme tune.
Yeah.
I've heard 10. Best theme tune ever.
I didn't like that game at all. River Raid was awesome.
River Raid was fun.
I loved that. That was good fun.
This is a great game, I think, just from how fast it is.
Yeah.
This runs on a 16K Spectrum.
One of my favourite games on the Atari 8-bit is Drop Zone.
Come on, where's the fuel? Please.
Got a 0% for Airwolf.
Richard
minus
hates it.
minus 25%.
Peter hates it.
Ralph just says Willy.
Retro, yeah, that's how much he hates it.
Just going to give you a bit of the audio from this because I love those sound effects. There they are. I'll go down there and get the fuel. I missed
Was
it.
TNG 80?
It was. TNG was 1987.
97.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Timothy, I would say that the TNG of the late 80s was bad. The first 2 seasons of it were horrendous.
Well, the first season, I think. The second season was
season
okay,
2
I
was
think.
bad. Dr.
You guys
Plasky.
are Trekkies, aren't you? I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
absolutely not Trekkie.
TNG was
The first
awesome.
season is very cringy
Yeah.
now. I didn't think
Well, the
it
first
was.
season and some of the scripts of the second season were borrowed, recycled scripts from the failed project Star Trek Phase 2.
Isn't Picard coming back in a new series?
He is.
Yes.
Are we? Is this a good thing? Are
I
we
don't
excited
know until I
about
watch
this?
it.
I hope it's a good thing.
Yeah, I want it to be a good thing.
I
but
want it to be a
I'm
good
not
thing.
getting my hopes up at all. I don't trust anyone these days. Yay! Well done, Neil.
Escaped in my rocket. Oh, is the Guru meditation here or not? At Guru meditation. I haven't watched your video yet. If so, hello, Bill. Great to see you. Sounds painful. The latest video you've been working on, Bill. I saw the picture you tweeted out where you've been crawling on your hands and knees all day filming an Amiga.
No, Dr. Pulaski, the actress who had the most famous on-screen deaths ever in LA Law, where she fell down the lift shaft.
I've not seen that anymore.
In LA Law, I think it was Diana Muldaur is the actress who played her. Had a very famous on-screen TV death where she's having an argument with someone in a skyscraper.
Right.
The doors open for the lift,
Yeah.
and the lift isn't there. The doors have just opened, and just hear it, just this bing and goes, ah! They go falling. Very famous, very funny, and it's on YouTube. So I'll look for that later. That's right, David. The season 2 finale, due to the writers' strike of TNG, was awful. It was called Shades of Grey, and it was a clip show.
How many shades of grey?
Not enough to get
Not
the
enough.
rouse.
It was awful.
Just the one shade of
Yes.
grey.
Yeah.
Data had to get a strap-on attachment, I believe.
No,
It happened in one episode. You can't.
no, he
deny it.
didn't. No, he didn't.
Keep it family friendly.
He slept with. Didn't he sleep with that
He
Gilbert
was
guy?
anatomically correct.
Oh, sorry, he didn't have a strap-on. He actually had it built in. It was a feature, not an expansion.
It was factory fit. Factory fit.
Do you want your data?
Anyone else want to go?
I will, if you don't mind.
Yeah, take over.
Yeah, that was the episode with Riker and his bad memories, where they figured out the way to cure him was to make him remember bad things that happened. And that was the way they cured him for the clip show. They made him remember bad, like awful things that happened in the show. Basically the first 2 series.
Oh, I was doing it wrong. Right, let's build a spaceship, guys.
I'm going to give this a solid 9 out of 10.
I'd agree with you on that.
Scores in the chat, please, for Jetpack. And then we will we'll see if we step through the portal and we'll do the giveaway.
That's right.
Zed's dead, baby. How are we going to go about, how did we say we're choosing the winner? Just spamming chat and then Derek's picking at random?
I think so.
Okay.
Or I think Derek can say who he thinks has contributed the best.
Yeah.
In the chat today.
10
With the
out of
exceptions,
10,
of
9
course,
out
of
of 10.
Craig, Chatmod, and Trevor, and
Well, we'll get some chat so we know who's still here.
the future was 8-bit, to be fair, can't win.
Yes. You got to be here to win it. And hopefully Derek's still here. We've got
Derek
8s,
is.
we've got 9s, we've got a 9.6 from Andrea. We've got 7 out of 10 from Ash, 9 out of 10, Richard, 11 out of 10 from Digital Dunk, 7 out of 10 from The Dude. Jamie Phillips says yes. Christian says Jeanette Cranky. This is not the chat. This is not the time to win. This is just rating at the moment. I'll tell you when it's competition time, guys.
Ready, Derek. Derek, in your Scottish accent, can you say gladiators? Ready!
We need an episode on that.
100 out of 84 from Dustin. 8.765 out of 10 from ZX Renew.
Dustin, we did it! We did it!
Mr. Cooldean says easily one of the best of the stream.
I'd agree.
It's simple. I mean, earlier Crash said, what game was it? Said was arcade perfect. It was Bugaboo the Flea, wasn't it? This, in 1983, you could have put in an arcade cabinet. You could have put Williams on the front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people would have pumped money into it all day long.
I would have pumped money.
Derek's here. He says, that's what I said at my wedding. I dread to think what that's referring to.
The gladiator comment.
Not the pumping. Not the pumping money.
I don't know. Don't talk about Derek's good lady in respect of pumping money into her.
Put her in an arcade.
I
Put
want to
Williams
leave
on
now.
the
I
front
want to leave. I'm scared.
Is this the best game on the rare? I've probably got some facts here. I've completely ignored my facts here. No, I haven't, because this was a viewer chosen game. But it was from Ultimate Play the Game. I'm going to rattle off all of their games. What are you chuckling away at? What's happening?
Derek's comment.
That was her past. Okay, Ultimate games. You had Jetpack, Psst. Trans Am, Cookie, Lunar Jetman, Attic Attack, Saber Woof, which we didn't get to play, Underworld Night Law, The Staff of Karnoth, Alienate, that was a good
Alien
game.
was very good.
Nightshade, Gunfight, Entombed,
Gunfight I like.
Black Witch,
I heard of that one.
Imhotep, I don't know that
Imhotep.
one. Imhotep. I've never heard of that one.
I've heard of it, but I've not played
Egyptian
it.
based something or other.
Outlaws, Dragon Skull, Cyber Run, Pentagram, Martianoids, and Bubbler. Martianoids. I think Night Law was considered really to be their seminal work, wasn't it? And the guys who made this in 1983, you all know this. They went on to become Rare. They made GoldenEye. They made Donkey Kong Country. They're
Perfect
still
Dark.
going. What are they known as now? They're probably bought. Were they bought by
Bought
Microsoft? Yeah.
Microsoft Studios, I believe.
Yeah. Alienate was just Night Law in space, says
Yeah.
Christian. He's a hard man to please.
I like Gunfight a lot.
John loved Staff of Karnoth. Hello, Ox. Mark has a fix for Saberwolf. Well, as this is all set up, what I tend to do over on Twitch is I do more casual streams every now and then in the week. They're not these scenes with Derek and special effects. It's just me chatting to you guys, playing some games every now and then. So I'm going to leave this set up and we'll have a bit more Spectrum gaming. If you go to twitch.tv/The Retro Man Cave, hit follow, and hit the bell or whatever it is on Twitch. I can't remember. You'll be notified when I go live, and I'll get Saberwolf going and we'll play some of that later next week. So,
Have you seen Chrissy?
I'm sure he's there somewhere.
right, let's see if we can escape from the world of Derek Findas. And then stick around for the giveaway. Are we going to do it?
Let's do it.
Feeling
We
brave?
need to go. I need a wee, so we have to.
That was pretty good, actually. Well done. Okay, you have your freedom, guys. I'll just make it happen. Ooh, I'm not sure how it works. Ooh. That was fun, wasn't it? Yeah. I'd like to thank the Retro Man Cave team for inviting me along and putting me through that. But once you're finished watching these guys, head over to my channel, the Derek Findas Archive, where there's nothing but me. Lucky you. Until then, I'm Derek Findas, and oh yeah, it's not my channel, it's rubbish, I'm out of here. Oh, guys, get Gary home, you know what it's like when it's past his bedtime.
What's this?
All right.
I think we made it.
I think
we made it, did we? Yay! We're back in the cave. We made it. We escaped. Derek and Ash. You recognise that voice?
Yeah, that's right. Big thanks to DJ Slopes.
DJ Slopes from Slopes Game Room. He's picked up the cassette. He's in trouble. I think the only way we can save DJ Slopes is by inviting him to the next live stream. We're going to carry on fixing up the laser active that's been on the Trash to Treasure series. We're going to get hold of you want to grab those two big laser discs over there that are on top of the
Certainly.
laser active? We're going to get hold of some Sega Mega CD games. We're going to get hold of, well, we've got the SD card for the laser active for the Mega Drive. So we're going to play all of our favourite Mega Drive games. Is the video flipped? It is. So we've got Pyramid Patrol, which is a Mega Drive game on Laserdisc. And we've got this. I'm looking forward I'm going to make a whole episode on this. This, I think, is the worst game, FMV game ever made. I think it's worse than Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Honestly, it's that bad. It's a Mega Drive Laser Active exclusive on Laserdisc. It's called I Will, The Story of London. And it is something to behold. I'm going to stream this, I'm going to film it, and then I'm going to do an episode on it. So look out for that. That will be streamed on Twitch.
Thank you, Retro Gaming
And then
Denmark.
the episode will be on YouTube.
With our host ratings.
I'm ignoring that one.
Oh,
Not a very good rating.
We got lots of thank yous. We've got lots of thank yous.
You're very welcome, guys. It's we hope you have as much fun watching our silliness as we have doing it.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun making this episode. We've got to say a massive thank you to Derek Findas from the Derek Findas Archive. Let's have that link in the chat. Gary's got the 10 out of 10 rating. We've got 9 out of 10 as hosts.
I love you, Howard.
Do please, and don't go away because we've still got the giveaway. Make sure you subscribe to Derek Findas. I think he has about 300 subscribers on YouTube. I think he's the best thing on YouTube.
I think he's absolutely brilliant.
He puts out a 5-minute video every Sunday. It's not about the games. It's about Derek.
It is all about Derek. This episode is Derek. Yeah. It's Derek Findas.
So
Derek
go
Findas.
and subscribe to Derek. He's well worth it.
Yeah, go give him a sub. Now, Derek, you've got to pick a winner, mate. Let's get a close-up on this. Here we go. Oh, hello. We're back in Derek's world because we're talking to Derek. It's all
That's
planned.
right. Yes.
Of course, Derek. We've just stepped back into your world. The Div MMC Future from The Future Was 8-Bit. Everybody, in 5 seconds in the chat, I want you to say Derek Findas rocks or some other Derek Findas compliment.
That's right.
And he will pick a winner. Who gets this? 3, 2, 1, go!
Are we going to do the end credit? No, I just wanted to do
Oh, wow.
See how.
Here comes the
How's Derek
spam.
even going to pick someone?
Oh, he will.
Good work, guys. Keep it coming.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Findas is very cute. I would pick that one.
ZX Renew. That you're not going to win with a comment like that. Okay, I might have misread it. If you read it in a Scottish accent, it would be
Derek
offensive.
Findas is better than crispy pancakes.
Spank the Findus. Okay, have we all got it out of our systems? I think that's everyone.
Right, now we're waiting for Derek
I
to
think
give me the
that's
opinion.
everyone. Okay, Derek, scroll up, spin your ZX Spectrum's mouse wheel, stop at a random point, give us the name of the winner, please, Derek.
Derek Findas.
Dominic Dime. Here we go.
Come on.
This is where we realise Derek's.
Here
Oh,
we are.
Simon Harding.
Well done, Simon.
The winner is
Congratulations.
Simon Harding. Simon, if you're here, give us a shout.
Good old Simon.
Congrats, Simon.
Yeah, everyone say, there he is, wow. Everyone say, well done to Simon. The future was 8-bit. How can Simon Harding get in touch with you to claim his prize, please?
I threw a dart at the screen to choose you. You owe me a telly.
Well done, Simon. I threw a dart at the screen to choose you, and you owe me a telly. There you go. I haven't seen the future was 8-bit in the chat, so Simon, DM me on Twitter or email me, retromancave@gmail.com. Simon was picked at random, Trevor, by Derek. And retromancave@gmail.com. Here we go. It's been modded. It's been stopped by the admin. There you go. Future was 8-bit says, he just says, follow me on Twitter. So, yeah. Simon, DM me on Twitter. Email me, retromancave@gmail.com. I'll put you in touch with them. We'll get your address and we'll get you the Div MMC Future. For anyone else who wants one, thefuturewas8bit.com. Go get yourself one. It will make your ZX Spectrum experience.
Unfortunately, yours won't be magically transparent.
No. Sub to Derek. Thank you very much to everyone in chat. It's been immense fun chatting to you. Steve Jones, possibly. David, glad you dropped in. We've got a little treat for you now in the credits. Just a little bit extra.
Thank you, guys.
Andrew, Gary, thank you for coming. DJ Slopes, thank you for your little cameo there.
Thanks,
Derek
Cam.
Findas, subscribe to him.
Thank you, Derek.
See you at the next RMC Live. Follow me on Twitch for casual streams. Subscribe to me on YouTube, all that stuff. And keep enjoying your retro gear, guys. Love you guys. Take care.
It's Derek Findas. He's kidnapped us. He's bonkers. I'm scared. He's trapped. Up.
Yeah, you've got your back to the camera.
But I got to look at you. Derek, how long before we see a reply?
No! We're not telling Derek about our plan to escape. So,
That's Gary's line.
That's my line.
that's my line. I think...
Do you think we might win our freedom?
Oh, I did it wrong. Sorry.
Trevor!
Oh, no! I didn't know when to pop up because he stopped counting.
Yes.